This should be good game on Oh, sorry, guys. I was just taking I was taking some very important caster notes myself here. My name is Rain Day. This is Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. I'll put this aside. This important stuff in here, though. And we're ready to go for the finals. It's important that we are all ready for what is about to happen. It's a rematch of the Paladins Invitational. And this is not stuff that we get to see all the time. At least we haven't for the last month, and now we're back in the action. And these two teams have climbed their way to the top. Burrito Esports versus D69 coming up at you real soon.
Yep, for those of you that are new to the scene and whole, these two teams have been at the top for as long as the scene has existed, basically, since about a little under a year ago, I would say. They have been clashing, back and forth in the finals. These two, no other team has been in the finals of the European scene as long as these two have been around. So you guys are in for a treat. These were the finalists at HRX. The games went all the way, the distance, to 7 of 7 in that only best of 7 Paladins has ever seen. So you're going to be in for a treat, long story short.
I wanted to sing something right there, man, but I didn't. When you're talking about going the distance,
I
couldn't do it. I didn't want to interrupt you. Let's go to the maps and see where the first game will be played, and also exactly what will be banned. So Stone Keep actually banned by Burrito. They don't want anything that they maybe haven't had enough time to practice against coming out at them with that map. And Ice Mines again, everyone just saying, let's just get rid of that one for now and move on to better and brighter things. And Jaguar Falls will be the first selection. Haven't actually seen that come up today.
Just for the record, you can interrupt me with a Disney song whenever you want.
Listen, man,
that's just part of our relationship.
I didn't know we were at that level.
Kappa
to be
Prep.
honest.
Jaguar Falls, the selection here. Drogos gonna be.
I am on my way.
I ain't even mad.
I can go the distance. I don't know the rest of the thing.
That's all you need to know, man. Jaguar Falls.
Copyright. 50 emails.
Closed in. Those are the buzzwords here. Closed in, a lot of line of sight breaks. Drogos going to be highly contested between these two teams. I think, in general, wasn't really the case at HRX, but that with bugzy back, that's definitely the way it's going to be.
Absolutely. Let's head to the draft and see who will be the person that is first picked. And not a person, a champion,
Burrito.
Of course. Will it be Makoa?
Yeah.
Will it be someone else? Burrito?
Makoa first pick. Yep, for sure.
So prioritize between these two teams.
Always so for Burrito, and pretty much the same for D69. But how did D69 answer? Burrito, when the draft came out in Paladins, that's when Burrito started to pull away from D69 a little bit. I feel when it was back when there was mirror matches allowed to be had, it was much closer.
Yeah,
they would trade wins back and forth. But since the draft has come out, I don't think Burrito has dropped a set to D69.
I mean, that says a lot because, I think Burrito, they lend themselves to being this incredible mastermind, especially with Bird, who's so a veteran in Smite and now in Paladins. And D69, I mean, you look at PERDO and what he did in that game. I mean, they've just got such incredible talent that even without as good of prowess in terms of drafting, can still compete tournament and tournament out with these guys.
Definitely Drogos and Maldamba the selection, so taking that away from bugzy. Laizy will probably be on it because I assume Maldamba will be played by Bird. Shipa going to get his Eevee, however. So if they don't take Androxus here, I expect Burrito to take Androxus because just being able to be in the air away from Eevee, always a good look. Cassie as well, struggling a little bit more often than not to hit those airborne targets. Ruckus will be one of 2 selections, probably to be played by bonkar. So the question here is what does Leminate play with Shaolin and Cassie gone?
Well, we did see the Leminate, obviously, I think, impressive in terms of his ability to aim. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the Ruckus. But, we may see that, he does tend towards something else that we're not really familiar with. These are the questions that have to be answered now that he's on the squad.
I think with the Grok pick, I think you're right. Bonkar will probably be on the Grok because we saw him on that earlier, and Leminate probably on the Ruckus. But Burrito going for the double frontliner, double support And the Drogos just being on their team, the Drogos is fine in most scenarios, but just not letting District 69 have the Drogos against double frontliner and double support is kind of why they picked that up. Leminate will be on the Grok, bonkar will be on the Ruckus, Laizy on the Drogos, Thiel on Makoa, and Bird on Maldamba.
Gerrah on the side of D69 will be on Ying, PERDO on the Shaolin, eLvenpath on Fernando, Shipa on Eevee, and Bugzy on Cassie. And this is a battle between gods, or godlike men in the Paladins esports scene, and it is about to begin. Game 1 of this finals for the Paladins Open Qualifiers, Week 1. Burrito versus D69, and with the starts, few rockets lay down into the back line, and Laizy gets the first damage of the game. It's not enough to get any kills yet, and in fact, he is the one who is under the pressure now, getting healed up so effectively by Leminate and Maldamba.
Look at the adjustment from Burrito, though. They fall back immediately to protect Laizy. Both supports get in the way. Everyone on Burrito is tanky. First blood and second blood, third blood as well, going to District 69. So blowing this one wide open. Laizy not connected with his team right now.
Uh-oh, Shipa, could you get it? Shipa grabs Laizy, and despite a great fire spit, it is looking all D69 right now. 51% and counting, and Bugzy, he's not scared to go forward zone. They need it. eLvenpath is not sitting on the point. In fact, they're letting Gerrah, again, keep himself on the objective while the frontliner goes ahead to zone.
So a good adjustment to keep Laizy alive, but then Burrito got split up and never kind of synced back up and got together. Laizy was off by himself for the most part in that fight. eLvenpath is in the back line right now, pressuring out Laizy, not letting him get anywhere near the point. 93%, but Burrito in control of it right now, trading out kill for kill. It could go either way at this point.
Huge that Ying is still there. Gerrah still alive to give a little bit of respite to Fernando. Despite that shield not taking too much damage, he's allowed to heal up during this process as well. Now Thiel is in trouble. He could go for something like an off-the-map hook, but he doesn't have enough life to get there, and now Laizy back in the fight. But with Dragon Punch, this could be huge. He's got to get a big fire spit, though, but one kill on Fernando could swing the day. That's going to be it, and that will not be enough for his team to follow up. Overtime ticks away, and nice shot by Bugzy to secure it over Bird, and that's D69 leading this game 1-0.
Dread Serpent was not quite available, 97% when Bird went down. Thiel able to clean up Shipa. That's going to be, I think, the key here, because Shipa really kind of split Burrito up, and that was the reason why I think they lost that first fight. So taking him down, and the longer this game goes, the harder Burrito's composition will fall off here. So a great start here for District 69 to be able to grab this first payload.
Great plays by Bugzy too, just staying aggressive, not being afraid of the combination of Maldamba played by Bird, and of course Laizy playing the Drogos. That will, you're not allowing that to really affect him and his aggressiveness. I really do appreciate that about Bugzy here. And you know what? I'm sure D69 will appreciate PERDO stepping up with the impale into the quick reactive planted that will secure the kill onto Thiel.
Bugzy taking out Leminate as well. And the problem with Burrito's team composition right now is that Laizy's Drogos is the only one that really has the stopping power to to carry a fight on its own. Yeah. You know, Thiel can get a pick. Ruckus might be able to clean somebody up, but Laizy is going to be the one that's going to do most of the damage. Here comes the Hexafire to try and stabilize. Bonkar picks up Bugzy, pokes a bunch of people. Oh, Leminate cleans up Gerrah. There's the stabilization play that Burrito needed.
That was so huge as well by Laizy, because if Bonkar gets Laizy in that fight, then Bonkar stays alive, and that's a heck of a lot of damage. And look at this, Shipa going to stay alive, potentially. Laizy trying to aim those rockets. He does not aim them at the right time, and Shipa will not have to deal with that respawn timer. That could make all the difference here. 48 seconds and counting for the boys of D69 to finish off this push, and Burrito are doing everything they can.
Dragon Punch, eLvenpath immediately. Get that Immortal off of the table as soon as possible. Dragon Punch can be charged back up in 30 to 40 seconds. Immortal cannot, so that's what I would like to see come out. You know, District 69's in not a position to be aggressive right now. Gerrah's poked out, Shipa's poked out right now. I want to see the Dragon Punch come out to try and bait this Immortal out sooner rather than later.
The issue that happened last time, and maybe his hesitancy though, Nick, is the fact that after he did that, he died immediately, and they still lost the point fight. I know he's trying to be selective, considering Drogos has that moment of vulnerability when he goes into that zone. He wants to get some of the damage dealers maybe off or low low, thinking about their own survivability. But at the end of the day, he's not able to help his teammates here. He's going to make sure Leminate goes down. Laizy's going to follow down because bugzy's in the back line. Ancient Rage will come out. Landed not in the best spot to deal with the Ruckus, and actually Ruckus will have a little bit of an advantage, and that is a huge play coming out from Burrito.
Dread Serpent trying to stabilize things here. We are in overtime, trading out kill for kill. Bugzy going big right now. Leminate comes out with the Tempest, but gets taken out immediately. Laizy needs to win this straight. Triple kill for Bugzy. Take my Drogos and I'll pin you to the wall with Cassie. Bugzy is on a tear right now, rolling around this fight, allowed to just free fire the whole time.
Oh, you got to do it. Oh my God. Bugzy was a straight god in that fight, and he was the reason. It's so clutch the way that he was able to find the kills, find Laizy hiding in and adjusting into the what he thought was the safe confines of that small room, actually only to find an arrow to the head. And of course, even picking up that second kill in that, taking down Grok when he was in his Tempest, not letting that third, I believe, tick of healing go off for his teammates, which could have meant all the difference. Another 500. Cassie, you know, maybe has to two-shot those people instead of one shot. So huge plays by Bugzy coming out there.
Cauterize 2 is coming online for District 69, as well as Burrito. Thiel picking up Rejuvenate 1 to try and stave off some of that. You know, something I didn't really think about with this card, I always think about Rejuvenate in combat, but, you know, being out of combat and just receiving more healing as well is something that I think is overlooked with that card. A cheap pickup here, trying to get things, trying to stay alive now is Thiel, as Burrito and D69 start to clash again. No first blood just yet.
Especially with things like Yin Clones being able to allow you to get that kind of out-of-combat healing easily in Bonkar. And the boys of Burrito are just falling down, but at least Laizy's able to pick up Bugzy, who was running on a rampage until that final moment. Shipa's going to blink in and get a little bit of health back, thanks to the cards that he's running in his loadout. And he will then find himself continuing to pressure the backline of Burrito as 45% and counting tick up for D69 again in control of this objective.
And the reason I say that Burrito's composition falls off later is these two healers aren't going to be healing as much with Cauterize. These shields are not going to be holding as long. Here comes the Ice Storm, but the Hexafire takes down Shipa almost immediately. There's a long cast animation where Eevee is vulnerable, so a nice response from Bonkar to take him out.
And on the left-hand side, there is a flank. Does PERDO see it? And he cannot yet. Bonkar and Laizy now getting 2 kills, but that's huge from Bugzy. This is what the captain brings to the squad. The Serpent was actually almost at the maximum radius, so Bugzy gets out a little sooner than he should have had it been happening in the center, but Leminate slays Bugzy thanks to the pressure from Grok.
He missed the final dodge roll shot there to get the incitement reset on the cooldown. Leminate able to push forward, take him out here, but giving up that 2-0 conversion is not going to be good for Burrito here. We are in overtime. Burrito trying to take out the rest of the member from District 69 on the back foot right now. It looks like Burrito will hold control for the time being.
Oh, Shipa goes down. That is huge, but Ying has still stayed alive, and that is also maybe even a bigger story here. Laizy is alive, but Bird will help to clean up too, and Laizy and Bonkar will take control of this point fight. How much did Repulsor Field help in those 1v1s, those close scenarios, that 50% damage mitigation, Nick? It had to be one of the big reasons why that fight went Burrito's way.
Repulsor Field, one of the strongest non-ultimate abilities in the game. AoE 50% damage mitigation, both blast source and direct source coming from Bonkar on this Ruckus is going to be very important. Just trying to move the payload here and keep suppressing fire right now. It looks like Bird has returned to the payload, allowing Bonkar to push forward here, taking aggressive positioning, has Hexafire available to him. Thiel is going to bail him out right now. Just a lot of poke damage coming through. Look at the headshots ringing through right now. Going to force eLvenpath to back up. Here's the Hexafire as well, but Shipa shuts it down.
I love the plays by Bird, though, and Leminate just staying back. 2 options for Thiel to go to be healed up. He chooses the Maldamba side, and unfortunately, unlike Robert Frost, that was not the decision that was made the wisest. And you know what? Look, there's a nice...
That was a Cutie-esque noodle.
I mean, it was a beautiful noodle in the air. Laizy goes down, unfortunately, to gerrah, and despite those great plays coming out from Maldamba, Burrito will have to pull back. And because they lost their frontliner, how important that is to the pacing of the game, they were just really wanting to kind of save themselves for a full-on offensive.
D69, basically with every ultimate available to them. Bugzy just shy of 90%, gerrah at 95.5%. Everything except Hexifier available for Burrito here. This is where we could still see the ultimates come out, as there is a minute left in the round, so still time to get them charged back up. And also, it's a big opportunity cost to just sit on your ultimate for the rest of the round. So tough decisions for both teams to have to make here in this next fight.
These decisions have to be made with pinpoint accuracy and without delay. There's so much evenness between these teams. It's really that only way to put it. They just go back and forth in so many different scenarios and with different lineups, and really it just comes down to who makes that split moment decision, who makes the call, and who acts on it. And that is all bugzy right now, who's got himself a triple, almost quadra kill in this game and been able to save the team D69. They were punished earlier on, Nick, without him, and now he seems to be the guy that's just holding it all together.
There's just so many threats on District 69. Shipa's Eevee, PERDO's Shaolin, Bugzy's Cassie. I mean, you get one clutch pick, whereas like if District 69 take out Laizy, that is a massive chunk.
Oh
my God, Thiel. Cheeky, trying to get the pulls off the edge there, and Thiel is punished for it.
Nice.
But yeah, if they take out Laizy, that is, you know, shot for shot, so much of Burrito's team fight damage at that point just taken out immediately. Whereas, you know, you take out Bugzy, you still have a Shaolin and one of the best Eevees in the world to deal with here, and it's just such a struggle for Burrito to be able to win these fights. But the cauterized threes are online. Laizy with the record too. Nobody with cauterized 3 yet for District 69 here, so going to be able to get some of that healing through is Bird. It's going to come down to clutch ultimate uses everything on the board except for Hexifier and Scout.
Wow, and look at that top damage as well, coming all 3 of those players you mentioned, PERDO, Bugzy, and Shipa. Top damage above everyone else in this game, and then Laizy coming in just under Shipa's damage. But can they stop the Cassie? Can they stop the Shaolin here? And it looks like so far, no. Look at that record damage, 2K. I know that Bugzy would love a nice disengage. He uses it, unfortunately, too early on to Leminate. He sees the reveal. He's going to get the lifesteal. That's important. He might win this, but Leminate goes into the ultimate, and he would not have won if he stuck around, and now Bugzy knows exactly where he is. Great anticipatory ghost walk, knowing Bugzy was still going for him, hits the totem, and now he could be in trouble here because now he's going to have a ruckus coming forward. Nice shot by Bugzy. Misses the incitement reset, so he will not be able to dash out of this unless he gets one more. Now he can dash the lifesteal, though. Did not come into play as much as he wanted at Burrito. 97% on the point. They're just going to win this.
Bonkar has that cauterized 3, so shutting down all of that healing. 99%. Bonkar falling extremely low. Does get the emitter off. In time will be healed up in a big way from that Grok Totem. Thiel standing on it as well. Hexifier still available. Overtime being queued again and again. District 69 are being forced to take this positioning on the point when they don't necessarily want to.
And this is what Leminate is doing so perfectly. I love him playing Grok. We see him on the Shaolins, but he's baiting Bugzy to take these 1v1s, which Bugzy knows he can win. But then Bird comes over, Bonkar comes over. They come to, you know, basically make it a 2v1. And Bugsy's like, hey, I thought we were doing a gentleman's 1v1 here. I thought we were dueling. And you're going to bring over this ruckus, you know, with this goblin, this mech shooting all these laser beams at me. That's not fair. And it's not fair, but it's perfectly executed by Burrito to go 2-3 in this game and get themselves a chance to keep it alive.
Bonkar just eating 4 shots in a row from Shipa. Will fall down there. Everyone pretty healthy for Burrito right now. Thiel and Leminate trying to hold down this corner. Leminate actually takes down Shipa. Long distance snakes coming out, just trying to find something they're not really planning on connecting. Is Bird right now. Almost has the Dread Serpent charged back up. Hexifier is ready to go. Dragon Punch is ready to go as well.
He got the stun on the Eevee Ying on the back line as well. Gerrah forcing a little bit of pressure from her, maybe even force the movement skill a little earlier than she wanted. There's the Dread Serpent as well. After the Ice Storm comes out, he sees Shipa, he sees Eevee, but Shipa sees him in response, slaying down the healer on the side of Burrito Esports. And now Thiel is in a bit of trouble. He's going to Shell Shield to save himself from any damage, but Shipa is there. Wormholing back, and look at Thiel. Picks up Bugzy. Great dodge roll in anticipation, and now Shipa sees this is a clean one, and it's Bugzy's turn to make it a 2v1.
Beautiful play here. So I honestly, what I think is allowing Burrito to hold on with these cauterized 2s and the Wrecker 2s online in a decent way is that their team is just so tanky. Drogos is the squishiest character on Burrito at 2,500 HP right now. And as we get towards, you know, Haven 2s and 3s and Blast Shield 2s and 3s, that's just a lot of HP to chew through.
I mean, they have this lineup for a reason. And as, of course, Blast Shields, Haven not yet receiving that nerf that is coming in OB43. These players are getting the added benefits of that extra defense compiled on with the Ruckus benefits from the repulsor field. But now Ruckus is in trouble. He doesn't have an advance that can get him all the way up there. At least doesn't have it right now. And they cannot allow bugzy to be in this back line, making sure that Ruckus is just eating damage consistently. But he will get healed up thanks to those double healers.
Hello, he's still there. Bugzy is just free firing into the back line. They're doing a good job pushing him back. But they do get the split up Burrito, making me eat my words. They do ignore Bugzy in the back line, and District 69 not fighting as one. They give up the conversion late into the game, 3-3.
They had the Makoa shield, they had the repulsor field, they had the emitter, and they had all the healing coming out from Leminate and Bird, so they felt confident even though Cassie was there.
That's just the tankiness coming back in. They poke Bugzy out. You know, there's no cauterize for Bugzy, so bonkar, as low as he got every single time, he has Rejuvenate 3 on the table, so when he's not cauterized and receiving healing, all of that 4,400 HP is going to be healed right back up. Ruckus is extremely tanky. Bugzy just got to, you know, as frustrated as he may be, has to do it all over again.
This is nuts. 30% more healing on Maldamba. 30%
it's so
more
cheap.
healing
Rejuvenate
on
is a cheap card. It's only 200, 400, and 600.
1,200 total
for each level of that card. So just being able to pick that up, you know, on the nose there. Hexafire is available as these two teams start to clash. Burrito, very aggressive position.
And there's bonkar looking to follow up with the damage as well. He finds Shipa in the corner, and making the 2v1s is so crucial in these fights. But the Hexafire makes Ruckus feel like he's going to go it alone. But there's the Immortal. Will it outlast the damage? It won't outlast some of the normal DPS, and that's huge. At least it's forcing Ruckus away, and he actually cannot find Fernando yet. That was a huge play for Fernando to stay alive, and he is still alive. And though bugzy takes down Leminate, Thiel takes down bugzy, and yet they've still got Shipa and, of course, eLvenpath and bonkar to deal with. Yeah.
Bonkar's got to heal. Laizy, I think, just knocked somebody off the map there. Big fire spit there, narrowly staying alive, and that's just it. That is one ability making the difference in a fight. Laizy, if he died, doesn't get that fire spit off, doesn't pull the double kill. Burrito wouldn't be in control of the point, now climbing north of 70%.
So important that this aggressiveness is handled. But you know what? That's not going to do it. Bugzy needed to be in this fight. They needed Shipa in this fight as well. It's 99% on the objective. There is no tank that is going to win this one by himself. Huge misses by Laizy, but will it come back to haunt them? Doesn't really matter. They've got no presence on the point, D69. So Burrito are looking to clean this one up with a victory, coming back from 3-1 down, only to win the game 4-3.
I haven't seen too many 4-3 wins with double tank, double frontliner, or a double tank, double healer, excuse me. That's a comp that traditionally does fall off late game. But I think Rejuvenate, you know, that's not a card or an item that we've seen picked up a lot.
Right.
And that is really, I think, what's swinging these fights. You know, when these tanks are getting out of combat, getting uncauterized for just that small window, the Grok totem is going to be able to boost them all the way back up, and then you got to chew through another, you know, 4,000 to 5,000 HP and a repulsor fields on top of that. I mean, it's just so much health.
And they really did that tanky lineup the right way. And, you know, now, I mean, as a tank, you're your healer's best friend if you pick up Rejuvenate. It's an easy use of credits, but you just make that healing so much more effective. And let's take a look at it. Bird, 134,000 healing, but Leminate, only 22, but with 55 damage to boot.
Yeah, so coming out fragging a little bit there was Leminate, and that's kind of the nature of Grok's healing. I mean, Maldamba can heal from anywhere, so his healing is literally, I've seen Bird play Maldamba, the healing is always ticking. There is always a mending spirits on somebody. Leminate, he has to be positioned. He can't position it aggressively as his tank. If his tanks want to fall back to him for healing, then they can, then it's beautiful, then they get it done. But, you know, he can't be out there aggressively healing. He can be out there fragging, though. 55k damage for the healer. Nice stuff. Almost keeping up with Thiel and Ruckus.
And gerrah on the other side of things, not doing as much healing, but 65k damage, staying alive more than any other person in this entire game. So gerrah still having a good performance on those healers. Bugzy having a great performance. You got to give it up to all of really the damage carries as well on the side of D69. It really could have gone either way for these teams, but it just turns out that the tankiness and the sustain and the lack of those cauterize is making enough of a difference, and especially the lack of damage with the Haven 3s coming out, just going all the way towards Burrito.
Yeah, Burrito, that was great execution. I think to be able to pull that composition off in that late game scenario is very impressive to me, and District 69 played very well Just wasn't able to quite get that done. But that's, you know, it could have gone so differently. You know, Laizy doesn't hit that double kill with the fire spit. I think District 69 easily take game number 1 in that scenario.
And it could have gone a lot of different ways. There were a lot of moments, right, where that all happened. And, you know, bugzy kind of got baited himself thinking, oh, I'm in the back line. I'm just getting kill. I could get a kill easily, but didn't realize how tanky they were. Didn't realize the Rejuvenate 3s were on. And he split up with his team, and they don't have enough frontal pressure to deal with him, to deal with the aggressiveness by Burrito, and they just get the 2-0 push. So that was huge. Frog Isle, that will be where we find ourselves next game. And, Nick, you think any Torvald here?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think
so.
With these two guys aren't looking to give up any games against each other. Burrito, you know, you've seen how close game number 1 was already. That, despite being 4-3, that felt really fast because there was 2 conversions, 2 2-0s. That conversion in round 3, I believe it was, with that District 69 gave up. That was insane. That was the big, I think, turning point for District 69.
Kind of caught us off guard as well. But, of course, they had their plan intact, and it ended up being a very successful one at that. They get the victory, go 3-3 to tie it up, and win the last point 4-3.
That's such a Burrito in District 69 game. I mean, you can't
look
at the scoreboard
for a reason, bro.
You can't look at the draft, and you can't point out any weaknesses or flaws. It's just so close. Like literally one shot or one ability. I want to say that fire spit, if that didn't get the double kill, I think District 69, that is how close these games between these two teams are. And we are good for the champion draft for game number 2. We'll have to see who gets what, because with D69 and Burrito, pretty much everyone can play everything on these two rosters, and that's what makes them so fun to watch. They
will be looking to get the advantage any way they can, especially in the draft. Mako has been the first pick, and so we will see that again, but this time on the side of D69. So eLvenpath will be on his turtle that he loves so much, and Burrito will now have to adjust. A game without Mako, it's going to be something different for them.
Thiel probably going to be on the Fernando. He's comfortable on it, plays it very well. Burrito still with a pick on the table. Is it going to be Maldamba, who carried a lot of weight, but it will be the Drogos because I think Burrito, D69 do like to pick up double frontliner. I think we can expect the Ruckus pick from D69 and Drogos, just a solid answer to that.
A lot of counter picks now. I mean, Maldamba taken away. I mean, this is almost looking like Burrito's lineup from D69. I mean, next thing you know, they'll grab they've got a Shaolin, but of course, you know, that was what PERDO had a lot of success on last game, and so they'll continue those winning ways. Shipa now, no Eevee potentially, as Burrito could easily snag that away here on Frog Isle.
Yeah.
Some very good aggressive backline pressure she could provide, and sometimes that's the problem in Frog Isle. You can't go through those open spaces without just getting poked out, so Eevee could really help to solve that issue.
Cassie is the selection. Bugzy played it extremely well, but so many people on Burrito can play that Ying. Going to be taken. I don't.
They'd rather take it early.
Maybe Burrito are worried that D69 run double frontliner, double healer against them and steal the Ying away, and that really puts them in a tough spot. So that is the safest pick in this situation.
Then you got to heal with Pip.
They have to take Eevee here, I think, because Burrito would definitely steal that one away.
Oh, yeah.
You know, picking up Eevee Kinessa for the last 2 picks.
That was the problem, though. Burrito got a little bit of a different situation here because now, you know, they really allowed that free Kinessa Eevee to come through. And
great drafting from D69, though, because Burrito, they don't have a flanker. You can't take Androxus on Frog Isle. He doesn't do super well on this map. You can't take Buck into a Shaolin in the backline. I mean, golly, you know, Shaolin and Kinessa can blow up a Buck, you know, despite him jumping in there. I mean, great drafting, I feel, from District 69. They will be parking PERDO on Shaolin, Shipa on Eevee, gerrah.
He's ready.
On Maldamba, eLvenpath on Mako, and Bugzy will be playing Kinessa.
Man, that aim, he's already looking sharp here and ready to go. And, of course, Bugzy is going to be on that Kinessa. And who's going to stop him? We'll see. Burrito's got Leminate on Cassie. Bonkar on the Grok, Thiel on Fernando, Laizy on Drogos, and Bird on Ying, looking to finish things off, round out the squad as they head into this match. A couple of Havens picked up for them, and Hi-Rez as well for the side of Burrito, whereas morale boost coming out for gerrah, looking to get that ultimate Dread Serpent online as fast as possible.
Yep, not a lot of wrecker pressure coming out, though, from D69. I think the best way to get to this Kinessa and this Shaolin is for Thiel and for them to just go full aggro and punch through this front line, head straight into their face. Thiel likes to play it in their face. He's going to get hooked out into Planet, but Thiel's able to charge away at about 30% HP. First blood, though, going to Laizy, winning that matchup despite it not being in his favor.
Oh, eLvenpath, what a hook on to Leminate. That was huge. Actually, bonkar, excuse me, that was huge. Leminate was playing it earlier. I can expect a hook here. I can expect a hook coming out if he goes to aggress because they've got enough damage to follow up. Laizy takes down Shipa, and now Laizy is in a bit of trouble, though. bugzy knows where he might be, and he's going to make sure he applies some damage on his end so that they cannot aggress. But District 69, without a hope, without a prayer, they go down 0-1 without even touching the point.
Well, Laizy, he killed Kinessa and killed Eevee, and those aren't really those aren't great targets for gerrah. If that happens, Burrito will win this game, but I'll be interested to see how these fight goes when Laizy doesn't find these miracle kills onto Kinessa and onto Eevee.
Yeah, they did a really good job as well. You got to give it up for Thiel early on. He set the tone for that fight. Not a lot of wrecker pressure, so he's comfortable running, and that Fernando shield is so much more impactful without wreckers. So he just sets the front line tone. Meanwhile, he has his healer go to the back line and just sit on the point, and already the pressure's on D69. So Kinessa can't really get in there, and Shipa falls low and gets taken down by Laizy. So now it is up to Burrito to continue this push.
bugzy's got to be more aware.
Doing a fantastic job of this, just picking off Kinessa. Not a good pick so far for them.
These snapshots from Leminate are real as well. Bugzy, excuse me, just needs to be more aware of getting flanked and more aware of where the map is, where all the players from Burrito are going to be. They're going to be close to that staircase. They're going to be rounding the corner there. So just losing track a little bit there.
And with Kinessa, it's tough as well because the fire spit, if you get one rocket on Kinessa, that fire spit is such an easy guarantee of damage because she doesn't have that quick movement skill.
And the big thing here as well, if Bugzy isn't aware of Laizy and he gets 2 rockets pinned on her location, she eats the first one. If he doesn't react almost like with inhuman speed, then he's going to eat the second one and die anyway.
Exactly. It's almost like he's got to be sniping knowing that he's not about to be sniping, he's about to be running for his life. And if he takes that approach, which he probably will after having this happen a couple of times in this game, he can have a much better performance, but we just have seen him kind of get distracted trying to help his team on the offensive end early on, and it's not been working so well.
This is Bugzy, the Kinessa player we're talking about, just needs to be hyper aware of this. gerrah's positioning, doesn't find the shot on the Laizy. There it is, finally taking the dragon out of the sky. Now Bugzy will have more free reign. When he's not going down, the fights are going well for District 69.
And that's the point. That's why Bugzy's here. He is the counter to gerrah in the air, especially on a map as wide open as Frog Isle. It makes gerrah so much more hesitant to actually fly up into the air and get away from those ground threats after he gets hooked by Makoa. But look at Fernando there, or actually Grok, he's looking to flank as well, apply a little bit of pressure, but Bugzy actually transports into him. Looking for the headshot, gets one. Can he find the other? Gets another shot, it's charged up, but Leminate cleans him up as well as PERDO off the table. Oh boy.
A lot riding on Shipa, being able to convert these kills here, but Leminate is in the back line right now, only 1,000 health. Eevee just retreating. The Dread Serpent comes out, trying to find some space to be created. Shipa just free firing right now into bonkar right now. Isn't able to get any kills. Leminate is carrying this fight.
Leminate
finding so many eliminations.
Leminate opening his lemonade stand on Frog Isle, and he is just giving everybody on D69 a free drink. They cannot stop this guy, and I know they want to close his doors for business, but he is just keeping them wide open. 8 streak for Leminate. The Cassie going off, those dodge rolls, those flash shots, securing the kills, and especially Laizy. Nick, talk about what they need to do now going in this round.
Well, Laizy obviously doing a good job. I think winning just these unfavorable matchups is going to be something that District 69 hopefully adjusts on. Bugzy needs to be hyper aware of where he is. Bugzy landing these shots, getting these, 1,000 to 1,300 damage shots onto Leminate, onto Laizy. It has to be on Shipa then to blink into the backline and clean up these kills, these one-shots that Bugzy's going to put them in one-shot range of Eevee. It's up to Shipa to keep the momentum and capitalize on these kills.
Oh, I love it. There's the shield. He feels so comfortable dodge rolling in because he knows he's not going to get hooked thanks to Makoa's pressure, and they put him in a bad spot. There's no way eLvenpath can get out of this without an Ancient Rage, and he's not going to actually be able to even activate. He doesn't have it to activate in the first place. But now here's the pressure. Bugzy could come in with the headshots, and he does. He takes down Laizy, takes down Leminate, and actually Thiel is going to die right there. I believe it could be because he had too high of a kill streak as well, Nick, and they didn't want to give him some of those credits.
Bugzy gets credit for that elimination, so it's literally just not getting stagnant. He wants to get back synced up with his team. That's a smart call. It's a veteran call, and now off the map actually is bonkar. He will now fall, but that's just it. Laizy doesn't get the kill onto Shipa and onto bugzy that time. Bugzy wins the trade, and District 69 takes the fight very easily after that.
We've seen this happen so many times between these teams. You cannot stay alive.
That's how
like
that matchup is supposed to go.
That's how it's exactly. But here's the thing too, you know, forcing the offensive pressure from Laizy and kind of allowing Knessa to just be in the back line and really have this opportunity to slay people like bugzy's doing right now is where he wants to be. He was on the back foot this entire time.
There's the burst.
That's the problem, and now he's not. Now he's ready to do his thing.
That's the burst. That's the adjustment there. Long-range shots coming from bugzy, putting targets low enough for Shipa to just one-shot them, and now these fights are going all the way in favor of District 69. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. There's one shot. There's two.
Oh my God.
Hook out of the air. Thiel is like, this has to stop. Putting pressure onto bugzy, just shutting down this damage. Bugzy is shredding Burrito right now.
Oh my God! And that is the problem in Frog Isle. If you make one false misstep, you are exposed to the nth degree. And now, just as savage as Burrito were against D69 going forward in that final push, D69 follow back with some savagery of their own. Headshot coming out trying to finish off Laizy, but it will not happen. The 13 streak for bugzy now, and D69 Burrito are all tied up.
That's how it's going to go. A lot of credits to spend for both teams as well. So these core items are going to start to get on the line. Everything except Headhunter available in terms of ultimates from District 69. All that Burrito has is Illusory Rift, Tempest, and almost the Immortal and the Dragon Punch. In terms of ultimates, though, District 69 have a lot heavier hitting ultimates. We got Dragon Punch, but that's pretty much it in terms of something that's going to frag out and win the fight, right? Illusory Rift, Tempest not going to get it done. Immortals is just like trying to keep everyone alive, and then a Scout. I mean, compared to Ice Storm, Dread Serpent, Ancient Rage, and Headhunter, District 69 have so much firepower and have drafted a very, very nice comp for this map and against Burrito.
I love the approach bugzy just took right there. He jump scopes and takes down Leminate to about half health, knowing if you did it once, you're probably going to do it again. And he actually gets Leminate out of that fight early. He's been so imperative to the victory of D60 to Burrito earlier on. But after getting two, Leminate still finds himself in trouble, and a great shell shield to keep gerrah alive and eLvenpath alive as well. The hook is off, and so the shell spin will be here. But here comes the Dragon Punch from Laizy, and there goes the turtle.
Just got to let it go. Dread Serpent is ready to go. Relatively tied up. Burrito starting to pull away from it with 54%. There's the Dread Serpent, though. Bird is going to be cleaned up. Thiel is going to be put to about half health. Gerrah's a little bit caught out right now. He's going to get into a boxing match and lose with Fernando.
But he's put the right pieces on the table. He set it all up. The plates and the dinner have been served, and it's all up to Bugzy to just finish his hot meal.
Hook with the kill.
With the hook for the kill. That extra damage will come into play. The oppressor mines on the side so that anyone who peeks their head out will actually get slowed and be just fresh meat for Bugzy there. He anticipates Leminate coming through that corridor, and where else is he going to go? This is all Knessa's game right now. This is Knessa to lose here.
19 streak, 20 streak now for Knessa. This is the problem. I mean, it's very easy to identify if you're Burrito. They're just squandering, trying to get the point. Leminate coming up with a big combo to take Bugzy down. Finally, that's going to be a lot of ultimate charge. He does get taken down. Will have Scout available, but eLvenpath with a big swing play, and it's not pun intended, Ancient Rage coming in and cleaning up a lot of kills. Stalling for so much time. Shield able to get off cooldown, though. We are in a heck of an overtime.
Oh my God, Bugzy takes down Laizy, and there is the gourd coming down. Bugzy with the double kill, but the healer goes down, and where's the point pressure? Shipa's gotta hit this one. He's gotta take down Ying. The illusions are keeping her alive and body blocking for her, but here's Thiel, 99% on the objective, and nobody knows who's gonna get the victory yet, but it looks like it's all D69, except Laizy is back, and he wants to finish up, but he is gonna get finished himself. PERDO takes down bonkar, and oh boy, eLvenpath cleans the deal. 3-2
The Ancient
goes
Rage.
D69.
The Ancient Rage, a big swing play there. for District 69. Already back to a 5 streak, though, is bugzy. They need to be able to shut him down consistently if they want to win this fight. It's very easy to identify, but it's so hard to get to him. Frog Isles, it's a wide open. It's not the biggest map, but it's so wide open that it's very difficult to find your way safely to the back line.
Incredible plays by PERDO as well, using the planet with full lines of sight. He could rotate to the right, rotate to the left. He just forces that whole corridor to just take a second and then gets a kill in the process. Buys him time, buys him space, and buys him some more on his streak. He's going to get that final shot as well. Frog Isle is such a good map for Shaolin, especially on the push and on the objective fight. So he is one of those champions that you don't mention alongside Kinessa, since bugzy's been taking all the credit for being the showstopper here. But the fact of the matter is that he has been helping. He's being helped tremendously by PERDO's pressure.
Definitely. There's the Ice Storm to lock down Thiel. Heat Haze comes out. Dragon Punch connects. Leminate picks up bugzy, and the Immortal will keep him alive, but Thiel will be taken down from a nice time shot and just ripping into the backline right now. PERDO getting a lot of value out of this Heat Haze, but now will start to be collapsed on by Burrito, and he will fall.
Unfortunate. I think he thought they were going to be able to clean that one up, but the Immortal bought so much time and allowed them to aggress pretty safely without knowing they were going to fall, and that just was
Somebody's
the key
going in
there. But Laizy, man, he just went into the wrong spot, boosted at the wrong moment, and eLvenpath caught him off. 2 seconds left till the next hook. Who is he going to pull, and how is that going to work? He's going to take bonkar this time. A nice ghost walk with the token already displayed, so he will heal up even though he is immune to damage. But look at that planet, look at that impale. That is going to do all he needs to do, and bugzy is back alive with PERDO, and they're ready to seal the deal.
Not a good start to the fight here for Burrito, giving up 3 kills for nothing as the payload starts to inch towards conversion. Laizy goes down, nice hook. Bird, the only one left alive, zipping around, dimensional linking, but can't fool bugzy as he pins him to the wall. Big headshots coming out. Headhunter as well, looking for some damage. The Fernando shield's going to be up. Leminate eats the big one coming out of spawn. It's poked out, and that's exactly what Kinessa's looking to do. Leminate can't go into this fight with that low HP and just so much space created, and I really think D69 won that game in the draft.
I mean, Leminate gets a little bit of a taste of some of the big boy action there. I mean, bugzy just says, you know, Fernando's there. I don't really care about him. I know the damage dealer that comes out is going to be the one who turns this fight or not. Gets a headshot, gets one more. Leminate dodge rolls in, tries to get the lash on Kinessa, and the small peek finishes her off. So that's D69 tying things up, Nick. And you said it could have gone either way, and now this game, it feels like this could have gone either way as well. I mean, what can't go either way with these teams? Who is going to be better?
We'll head on over to the scoreboard.
I need to know.
I can't tell you, man. I mean, Evie Kinessa sneaking through as the last 2 picks. Maybe a bit of an oversight there from Burrito there. Bugzy
outdrafted.
96,000. Yeah, that's rare to say, but Burrito, I think, getting a little bit outdrafted here. Bugzy 96,000 damage, 7 deaths on his Kinessa. It's just not enough. 43 eliminations for him. 6 solo kills, 20 streak, just running rampant.
Absolutely.
That's the story of this game.
Absolutely. And, you know, they just didn't have the counters to it. And you leave yourself open. And maybe this is because Burrito have been first pick this entire time. I mean, it's not like they don't know how to draft against D69. But the thing is, it's like first pick every game in your semis. And then going into the finals, your first pick, you get a good game. And then suddenly your second pick, and you slip up, you forget something, it's just not as easy to remember, and you fall and you leave those last 2 picks open to be Kinessa and Evie. I think they won't fall for it again, but it could have just been a lapse in the experience of, you know, picking second.
Yeah, Bird, Leminate, 80k damage. Laizy was 65 there, but not a lot of huge numbers dropping for Burrito there, and I think it's really just as a result of their composition there. Laizy getting picked off time and time again by that Kinessa. 16 deaths. Laizy with an actual negative slash line there.
Noob.
A very, very rare sight. He's a feeder. He's a dirty feeder. We are ready to head to the map draft to see where game number 3. We might be in it for the long haul today.
We sure might, but if it's, I think, just making up and balancing for the semifinals we had, where both of these teams just swept through their competition. Ice Mines, that's destined to be one for the books. If these games have been any tell of both teams being evenly matched, Ice Mines should be the map that sends it to a clear 3-3 at the end, as it is so well known for being hard to push on.
This is an interesting one in terms of the draft, in terms of the items that you pick. Both Burrito and District 69 are comfortable playing this because this is where A lot of underdog teams will try to take them, to try and get a game off of them, because like Evan mentioned, it does often force that 3-3 scenario here. But District 69, they played this map well against Matchpoint at HRX, and they played it well against Burrito, I think. So it's going to be coming down to the draft big time here for this game.
I mean, and what you're looking at is really some of the most premier Paladins that we have available for you to see, because, you know, it was very clear at Paladins Invitational, Europe was a step ahead of North America at this point. I mean, even OCE had an amazing performance, and now North America, they've changed some rosters. We'll see them tomorrow. But EU really had shown up and shown that they know this game. They're able to execute this game at the highest level currently. And so if you're going to see anything kind of get maximized on Ice Mines, you're going to see it in this one.
We're ready to head on over to the champion draft here. I think Bird and Burrito are going to be on their toes this time around. We might expect a much tighter draft here in Ice Mines. Not
first pick again.
Not a lot. I mean, Fernando, I think, is fine here. You know, Makoa still probably going to be the first pick selected. But Fernando does well on Ice Mines because of how clumped everything is, how small all the corridors are, and Fireball scaling. Not what it used to be, but still a good option.
Yeah, we didn't talk, actually, the fact that Makoa not only has been first pick for everyone each game, but Burrito have had that each game. And not just first pick, it's that they just didn't have Makoa. They had to go with Fernando, and they just didn't have as much success with that. I mean, Ancient Rage versus Immortal. Immortal's is kind of like, I'll die a little bit less. You know, Ancient Rage is more of like, I could win this whole team fight myself, you know, at that point.
It's basically Immortal, but you still get to swing for 650. Drogos, Fernando, two great pickups on Ice Mines, given how tight all the corridors are. Fire Spit, extremely effective. Fireball, extremely effective. But so is Dread Serpent. So Maldamba and Shaolin going to be the selection. Shaolin, great to tear down the shields. Maldamba just pumping out healing. There's so many ways to break line of sight around this point for Ice Mines. So Burrito have shown that they know exactly when to get out of fights to go and receive that healing with or without Rejuvenate. They know where to be positioned and when.
I'm really liking Rejuvenate, man. I'm really liking that.
I like cheaper items.
Cheap value.
Cheap items.
Well, you know I've been a resilience man for a long time now.
Yeah.
But you know, Rejuvenate.
Your time is coming.
It
definitely is coming.
It could be the brand new. It could be the brand new Rejuvenate, just really making a big difference. That 30% extra healing from your teammates, making those healers that much more powerful and impactful in this game. Bomb King though, definitely possible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Here it is.
Talk about this. Why are they going for Bomb King here?
So Grumpy Bomb, a great zoning tool. King Bomb as well. Grumpy Bomb and King Bomb are both very effective on this map. Bomb King not super great for taking out Drogos, but he is tanky and he can really kind of shred through your backline before you really have a chance to say anything about it. Shaolin and Bomb King are going to be combining to be very effective at taking down Fernando as well. But all things told, you know, Drogos and Androxus, they're going to be hard to take out for Burrito, I think, unless Laizy's Bomb King is really on point. Is this the first time we've ever seen Laizy play Bomb King?
I mean, not in my experience can I point to you a game where Laizy's been playing Bomb King, especially the Pump King right here, the Halloween skin, which is something you can pick up in game if you want. I got this one. This is what I usually rock, and man, throwing those calabazas onto your opponents is a fun way to...
Is that Spanish for pumpkin?
It is.
That is a cool word.
Yeah, that's where I used to, roll around a lot of times, man. Calabazas. It's a great place. So you see, obviously, Burrito coming in with their same lineup. Leminate will be on the Shaolin Bunker, on Grok, Thiel on Makoa, Laizy on Bomb King, and Bird on Maldamba.
D69 Web PERDO on Androxus, Shipa on Cassie, gerrah on Ying, eLvenpath on Fernando, and bugzy on Drogos. One Master Riding coming out. eLvenpath will be getting there a little bit quicker than everybody else, but all things told, that will come into play later in the game.
One of the things about Bomb King, too, you don't mention very much is PERDO gets first blood, is his ability to deal with deployables so well. All blasters, actually, in their ability to just use so much damage to get rid of clones from Ying, barrack turrets, but it doesn't even matter here. PERDO is the one who's on the rampage. He's got himself a couple of kills. Leminate, though, slaying Shipa, admittedly, on the Cassie, is not having any qualms. He's not being able to have any qualms with PERDO and bugzy on the Drogos and the Androxus. So 66% and counting. This could be the point fight objective already, Nick, on Ice Mines.
And that's basically it. 81% already. District 69 in control of things. Burrito just forced to come back onto the point just to spur the overtime. And Thiel going to be going down almost immediately. But Leminate takes out PERDO, and PERDO was the one who basically carried the team fight last time around. Laizy heading straight to the back line and shredding gerrah to pieces.
Let me tell you something. Bugzy actually, if you were paying attention, you saw him miss 3 shots on Makoa, and that actually stalled a lot of time that he could have been finishing off Leminate, who is still alive, off of bonkar, who is still alive, and making sure that he could just focus down some of the carries, because now the carry battle, PERDO's in a tough spot. He could go down right here if he keeps getting pressured, and Thiel will take down PERDO, and so now Burrito have swung this in their favor, and D69 are looking to claw their way back onto this objective.
Landon coming out, trying to shred Fernando's shield down, but we are in overtime. gerrah has stepped onto the point. Bugzy takes out Bird, so no more healing as bonkar goes down as well. Here's the Dragon Punch from Bugzy, and he gets it off before Leminate takes him out. Grumpy Bomb on the point, though. That's where it's going to be so important. That is where the Bomb King is coming into effect. That reversal is going to hit no, but the big response, so much burst damage between Bomb King and Shaolin. Laizy saying, PERDO, you may be my jester, but today I take the point.
Wub wub. And the most important thing too for this all, in my opinion, is that the ultimates are, I think, in the heavy advantage towards Burrito. I think the team fight ultimates, and you're forced to kind of use them on this objective capture, and when it comes down to 3-3 potentially, are going to be in Burrito's favor. You've got King Bomb, you've got Tempest, you've got Ancient Rage, you've got Heat Haze, which just buys so much time. It can, he could have easily killed Bugzy in that Dragon Punch. He just missed the shot. And Dread Serpent. I mean, this is such a powerful lineup.
Yeah, being aware of the Ancient Rage, Dragon Punch cooldowns, I think are going to be really District 69's big opportunity to swing fights in their favor. So Thiel, it's something he's going to have to be hyper aware of going forward. Burrito losing that team fight pretty handily here, going to have to be forced to fall back. And the thing about Ice Mines is you can zone so aggressively because the whole, this around the point fight kind of warrants it. There's a lot of good places to hide and kind of be aggressive with. Ancient Rage is now available here. Minute 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and Burrito, they got to get this push rolling. You can't lose too many team fights and have a hope for converting on Ice Mines.
No, Thiel misses the hook as well. Not what they needed as they look to aggress here. King Bomb still in the back pocket for Laizy. He's going to try and do it just with normal basic attack bombs, but he's not going to find anyone yet. In fact, he's going to take a little damage from Shipa, who's playing on that Cassie. And so now, with a minute and 2 seconds on the clock, it is 1-0 to Burrito, but they will need to get themselves in a better position if they're going to push this to completion. We see so many times in Ice Mines that is a very hard task to do. It's shaping up to be no less of an easy task today.
Laizy missing a good number of shots there on the Fernando being hooked in. Maybe would have been able to pick him up had they landed, but bonkar will fall on the Grok. Burrito picking up Grok a fair amount today, and not a lot of changes to Grok that really would spur that.
Doesn't Bomb King, sorry to throw you off, but just doesn't Bomb King normally have 2,500 health?
I don't think so. I think he's at, what is he, 26?
Is he at 26? I just know Laizy has 2,700 health right now, which is a little
bit. He's got the card for it then, you're right. 2,500 base, and 200 with that card edition.
He's got
King's New Cloak.
Yeah, he's got way more health than you would normally see on a Bomb King. And though he's not doing that much damage, he's staying alive. He's hard to kill. He's not an easy target to go duel, especially in these tight corridors. And so that bomb damage, it doesn't get any less, yet it becomes harder and harder to kill him. And those shots with Haven on makes it that much harder for PERDO and Cassie to do it. But just as I speak, PERDO takes him down.
Doesn't really miss, and that's definitely something Laizy's going to have to be aware of going forward.
And though Bird actually cleans up PERDO, the defense is successful for D69. So Burrito, and then we'll battle back again. It's reset, boys. 1-1, round 2. Let's see if any team can take a significant advantage. Again, I will say this, though, Nick. They've got the credit advantage from winning that capture objective. 300 each.
They do. More Master Ridings coming out from District 69. You can see that credit advantage being heavily weighted there for Thiel. Has all 4 items slots filled and still 380 in hand. Cauterize 1, Master Riding 1, Rejuvenate, and Haven all level 1. Laizy holding on to his 1,100 credits right now, sitting on record 1. All of the ultimates are online for every single champion, so making good use of these. And Dragon Punching Makoa straight out of the gate. I mean, Thiel, he can't use Ancient Rage basically while Dragon Punch is on the table, and Thiel probably knows that, so that they really need to leverage Dragon Punch a lot to come out on top.
I think the way you do it is you take it off the table, to be honest. I really think that, you know, you can get your ultimate off, but it's so much better used when you bait it when they are forced to use their ultimate. Try to win the team fight, because you're not going to win your team fight off of your ultimates. They got the trump card there, so to speak, with the ultimates against you. And so, unfortunately, I think you got to try and win this straight up and use those ultimates when they get desperate, because that's the perfect counter when Makoa turns into his 10k HP.
PERDO just couldn't get in there. Still has the Ancient Rage available. Now without Dragon Punch online, that's going to be big. Dread Serpent and Heat Haze were the only Burrito ultimates used, whereas everything from District 69 was just laid on the table, and they only were able to scrape out 48% on the point. So definitely going to be in favor of Burrito right now, as they're in control of the point, using less and getting more.
51% and counting on the objective as well for Burrito. They're looking to continue this aggression. Laizy missing all the bombs
He
so
really
far,
thought he was going right.
But here's King Bomb. I love it. I love this. This is going to do a lot of damage. Just using the clone, though, it seems like he maybe did get a little bit owned. Absolutely nothing from that ult. That's an NA ult if I've ever seen one, Laizy. And unfortunately,
the clone, dude.
For him,
So
unfortunately
troll.
for D69, and fortunately for Burrito, that will not have any effect. In fact, it'll just space them out, and that's a good thing for them because they go up 2-1.
Somebody think of a limerick in chat for Laizy in that clone, please, for me. Just I know Kevin's probably feeling the heat from that one there. Nice shot though from Leminate to take out PERDO, and Burrito now are rolling, have gotten the payload. They already got the payload further than they did in the previous round. A lot of momentum coming out after the point fight here. 2 minutes remain on the clock, but like we mentioned, you can't lose too many team fights on ice mines, and it doesn't look like Leminate's looking like he wants to do that.
No, they don't want to do it at all. And of course, D69 went into this battle at first going to try and use their ultimates to win it, but their ultimates are not the best deciders against this. Despite bugzy doing a great job countering Thiel's 5k health pool, he's still going to have to deal with that 10k health pool when he pops in with Ancient Rage and comes back into this fight. Minute 34 on the clock, 2-1. Burrito for D69, and this push is kind of stalled right now.
Ancient Rage still available. Thiel didn't even have to use it. Maldamba gets a Dread Serpent charge back up. Heat Haze, nice hook onto PERDO. Reversal is online though. He's going to be able to another step off to safety as Bonkar on the Grok falls down once more. Bugzy just trying to keep Burrito pinned back, poked low with that fire spit pressure. Laizy missing a bomb, finally connecting there to the airborne target. Everyone from D69 is pretty low right now, but Burrito just giving up the picks.
I mean, Laizy doing a good job staying alive as this bomb. I feel like, you know, BG's track is coming on in the background of, you know, where maybe he's playing with it because he just has such a good mentality of keeping himself available in this fight. He may not be getting the damage off, but right then, so much damage goes on to him, and so he will finally fall despite pressuring out D69 this entire time for his team. But Thiel gets a huge pick onto Bugzy, and so the two have been battling it out against each other, fall to their respective enemy counterparts, and now the push is on for Burrito. 30 seconds left on the clock. They don't have a lot of time, but they're going to try and make everything that they've got count.
Basically, Burrito cannot afford another loss if they hope to convert in this situation. It's going to be a very... this is where throws are made as well in terms of dumping a lot of ultimates and still not getting the conversion. As you can see, King Bomb is the only ultimate not available for Burrito, but it is at 95%, so one more shot will pretty much get it there. 5 seconds remain. The payload is rounded. The last corner here. Everything on the table for Burrito. Do they elect to spend, or do they play it safe?
That's the goal. That's the thing. They want to make sure that they just get to where they need to be. Laizy's making it difficult for Bird to go and heal him up. He will not actually secure the kill, and Shipa will be able to bounce back away. However, they are all on the front. There's Dread Serpent. This is huge for Leminate. This could be the 3-1. And if this is going to be so hard for D69. They've got to throw everything at it. Bugzy, he's going to fly up into the air, but can he get Leminate? That's the goal. That is the kill. Leminate follows back, and he will get a kill, but with ice mines, there's only one chance. You have to play it perfectly. Thiel, despite him and his team's success almost to the brink of a 3-1 lead, they still do not get everything right and have to go back and start again.
That's it. Burrito, they spend big and they don't come up with the win. Now District 69 have all 5 ultimates available heading into this point fight. I probably would have made the same call, but bugzy was able to buy just enough time. I believe he was running the survival card for Drogos that gave him another thrust when he fell low. Leminate just needed one more shot, missing a couple of key longbow shots there onto bugzy, just buying enough time. If eLvenpath got up in that fight, I was like, that's basically over, is what I was saying in my own head.
Yeah. And it was. Unfortunately, Leminate played so well to get a couple of really clutch kills with the heat haze in that fight, but then unfortunately
they spent so much.
Didn't get the final kill that he needed. Didn't kill bugzy fast enough. That's some of the veteran play of bugzy, knowing he doesn't have to get the kill, he has to stall. And that did everything that he needed. But the Cassie ultimate is available. They know exactly where everyone's coming from. Waste to disengage and a couple of shots there, especially a dodge roll. But he will be having that back up very, very soon, and they'll be able to go and aggress. Great fire spit. Here he is in the air. He's going to get focused. Can he get the kill? He's looking for Thiel, and he does. Bugzy gets it, and then he gets the healing again. This is just insult to injury. He's going after Leminate. He wants to find Bonkar, who's playing the Grok. King Bomb will come forward. He's going into the room, trying to get a couple of kills. Laizy with the triple kill off the King Bomb. Shipa, gerrah, eLvenpath go down, and Bonkar cleans up bugzy. Laizy with a quadra and takes down PERDO.
4 of the 5 members fall to the king. Long may he reign. Oh my goodness, that ultimate was huge. He was able to stall, using all 2,700 of that HP to wait out Immortal. Kills 2 on the spot. 3rd stun on eLvenpath. Cleans him up. Just flawless Bomb King play.
And sometimes, like Drogos with the Dragon Punch, the better try at that moment is to just kill him rather than to run away, because you can't really escape it in these close corridors. But Laizy's health guard, like we've been mentioning earlier, he has that extra survivability, and now he's just getting all of the damage off that he and his team needs. That ultimate advantage is going in their favor. Leminate with a triple kill in this one. And it's 3-2 again, it looks like, for Burrito as overtime ticks down, and D69 are completely baffled at how they lost that one.
Wow. 5-1 ultimates, and the King Bomb just comes up bigger than the rest of them there. Maldamba with the Dread Serpent, nice job by Bird to get that charged up, and that was able to give them a key pickup onto eLvenpath. As soon as the shield comes out, the Dread Serpent comes out to counter it. PERDO cleans up Bonkar right there, but once again, Burrito in the driver's seat, the chance to close this game out.
Laizy throwing bombs from the backside. Wants to give his team a little bit of blaster AoE damage pressure and stay alive as well. He's a hard one to kill, and he has shown that he is easy on finding the kills himself. 900 in on eLvenpath, trying to come in through the room. He's going to poppy bomb to safety. He and Leminate are going to control this back line, and if there's one misstep from Shipa, he is going to fall very quickly. There's the grumpy bomb that we talked about, the area spacer. It's going to stun anyone in that area if they get caught in it, and it is a great thing for Laizy to bring to the squad, but he is unfortunately under a lot of pressure now as bugzy and Shipa find the kills, help D69 stabilize with 1:24 on the clock now.
Rolling back up from spawn is Burrito. They have the Ancient Rage available to him. King Bomb's almost ready to go. Heat Haze almost ready to go. Tempest online. Here's the Dragon Punch on to Thiel. Likely they know exactly where he is. Did not cover enough distance to escape that, but did bugzy overextend enough? A nice fire spit. His fire spits have always been on point. I don't really know why I'm impressed at this point.
Bugzy knows how to play Drogos. He's been such a fan of Drogos for the entire time the champion's been available, so he is definitely familiar with how to hit those fire spits and those mid-air rockets. He's landed so many onto Bird, and he gets the kill onto the Maldamba, and now he's looking for more blood, but he will have to stave his thirst for the moment. 36 seconds, D69 doing so far so good.
Rolling back and eating a lot of poke though. Is Burrito on their way back in? Bugzy staying healthy, actually finds the pick on the Leminate, and that's big. That will likely diffuse what could have been Burrito's final push here on Ice Buns. They're going to be forced to fall back. Laizy goes down. That's it, pretty much. So at least the decision is made for them this time. At least Burrito will go into this next round with all of their ultimates on, you know, they'll have the 5-on-5 with District 69. If they could do it with one ultimate, I sure hope that they can do it with all 5.
I mean, unless we see some great, like Bugzy just like accidentally presses E right now and just Dragon Punch. I know I've done that before.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe that's why I'm not on D69. I don't know.
That's when you hit him with the Whisper. That's Bird, though, with the Morale Boost 3, notably here on this Maldamba. I think that's why he was able to get his ultimate charged up so quickly, and that to be a factor once again, despite it not being up as he left his spawn, he got it online. so quickly. Rejuvenate's starting to come out for 4 members of Burrito. Leminate does have that nimble 3 online. Some master ridings, bonkar with cauterized 3. But the name of the game isn't really sustain around these ice mines points. It's basically you only have to win 1 fight, so oftentimes you see a lot of ultimates laid kind of the groundwork almost immediately.
Right.
You want to go for that full wipe. You don't go halfway on these team fights.
Exactly. Yet it's so cheap. It's easy value for them, and hey, this could come in the difference. So many fights get decided by 100, 200 health. They're going for it here. They need to split up, but they're gonna find Thiel. Unstoppable is bugzy, and that could be all she wrote. There is 2, but the good thing about this is they have not expended any ultimates on the side of Burrito. In fact, it would be to their benefit. It would behoove them to all just die right now.
Just run away. Just run away. Just run away. That's how that's going to go. 10 times out of 10, Bugzy's going to be able to land the Dragon Punch on a Thiel. Whoop-de-doo. But they need to come back now and get value out of the rest of their ultimates. So now Ancient Rage can come out safely, hopefully, but Bugzy already at 30%, so the time is ticking for Burrito.
There's Laizy. He pulls him in. Bugzy, what an immortal by Fernando. eLvenpath, gerrah slays Laizy. That was huge. It means the King Bomb will not stun. It will not do the damage. And Thiel slays Bugzy after so much time. But what a Ghost Walk as well by bonkar. The damage over time from the Flame Lance will get the kill onto the healer for Burrito. And D69 are all but finished in this fight. They've just got to take down Leminate, and PERDO's got to stay alive, but a stun from Maldama will keep it. The fireball from eLvenpath will slay Leminate, and now Laizy's here with the Grumpy Bomb, but that won't do anything with the shields. He turns around though, Nick, and now they might have made a crucial mistake.
PERDO staying alive was so big, 99% for District 69, and the kills start to flow through. 3 for 0 there. Beautiful job. PERDO finds the stall. eLvenpath staying alive there, and staying in everyone's face was such a huge swing factor for District 69 in that final team fight. King Bomb found no value in that final team fight, and that was the difference.
And what a perfect pull as well. I love the way they set it up. Bugzy, he's the target that they really want to deal with. He gets hooked by Makoa. King Bomb looks like it's a sure kill, but then the Immortal comes out. That was such a good use of Fernando's Immortal to protect his team. He was positioned in the right place. eLvenpath, he loves to flank. He could have been out there flanking the back line. He was right in the center, right where that was going down. He saves his team's life, and really that is the reason that they win this game. If Bugzy goes down that early, King Bomb hits 2 or 3, game over.
They got punished last time for it because Immortal wasn't used for the King Bomb when Laizy found a triple kill, and then eLvenpath said, never again. That is exactly what I'm holding my ultimate for. He gets the value from it, and just beautiful play all around. We're going to head on over to the score screen here. Leminate with 121,000 damage, second only to Bugzy's Drogos at 128,000.
91,000 from Shipa as well. 110,000 healing compared to 92 and 17. Of course, Burrito picking up Grok a lot. Kind of a weird-ish pick, right? It's really good, but also they're not really using him to heal. So they're kind of using him for damage, using him for the secondary healing role, and he's providing a lot of value. I think because bonkar and Burrito are so good, they're making it work. But I don't know if they're getting the stats that they really need. I think there's a lot more damage value they could have gotten if they picked a damage dealer and been okay. They could have been really okay without that 17,000 healing, I think. And I think that is really, like you said, it's a lot of Grok healing himself. I don't know, man. The way that they're getting the value off of Grok, I'm just not seeing it right now.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm totally sold on the
double
Grok
healer
pick on the Grok pick either. I just, he does provide a lot of slow, I think, especially in a Ying, being able to hit that shock pulse time and time again. Bouncing it maybe up into the air onto the Drogos is the easiest way for Leminate and Laizy to be able to take them out. Consistent slows, it's not on paper a DPS increase for your team, but just being able to confirm all those shots all the more. Leminate landing all essentially 121 shots is the easiest way to break that math down.
Legit, I think that Pip might have been a better selection here on Ice Mines. In those final team fights, you have so much value coming out from Evil Mojo. There's just, I think Pip could have done 17,000 healing as well, done way more damage, and that ultimate would have been much more valuable.
And provided just as much, if not more, slows.
Yeah. So interesting stuff. I know what they're going for. We've seen this consistently. Will they continue to do it again? We're ready for the maps to see where we'll be playing game number 4. 2-1 now is D69 after taking 2 in a row in Frozen Guard. This could be it. D69 could get the revenge they've been looking for. But hey, it's not like D69 wasn't ahead of Burrito before.
Definitely in long lines of sights here. Kinessa could be a valuable pickup, so draft going to be very important. Eevee and Kinessa to be looked at. Maybe a Grover as well. I mean, Abyss did very well with their Grover on this map. It'll be interesting to see for sure.
Aren't you excited for legendary cards?
I am very excited.
It's going to change this game so
much.
You
guys have no idea.
It's really going to just make some of these champions so different in such a good way. You know, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things.
And Evan and I have had weeks of practice, so we're going to kick all of your butts with them.
That's right.
That's the best part. Like when Mave comes out, we've been playing Mave for 2 or 3 weeks,
That's
bro.
right.
We're gonna be #1 Mave world.
That's right, dude. Just for like
Just
1
kidding.
week.
I'll probably still get blasted by Shipa.
For like 1 week, though.
Yeah.
No, 1 day, maybe.
1 day.
1 day.
I was above Laizy on the EV leaderboard for 1 day.
Yeah.
And I will take that to my grave.
Yeah, that's right. I was top 10 EV for like 1 week. And when the
back in my day,
back in my day, I swear, I you know,
I'm good, guys. I swear.
You know, the ice used to be able to blink out of ice block.
Yeah, that was when we were top 10 EV when she was broken.
As if she's not right now.
Yeah, she's fine. She's
she is. She's good.
Frozen Guard. That's the map. We're gonna head on into the champion draft here to see what everyone likes to bring to the table here. First pick though for Burrito. I mean, they've shown they can lose with Makoa.
They can lose with first pick. They can lose with second pick, right? They can lose. They're not invulnerable. They're the champions of the Invitational. But if anybody knows how to deal with them,
stop trolling.
It's D69. I'm not sure, man. You know,
that's trolling.
Barrick
you
first
don't need
pick,
to pick that
he's
first.
that good. Dude.
You don't need to pick him
He's
first.
that good. No, lock him down. Lock him. Oh, what you doing?
If they're gonna pick him, which they may. I mean, Burrito do some jank stuff.
We knew that was.
It ain't gonna be first.
I mean, that's one you could pick. You could pick that. You could pick that after the game.
You know what's funny?
There's no way Barrick's getting selected.
We've been played. I don't even know what Barrick's legendaries are because I actually don't touch that.
You are so right because I don't know what they are either. Actually, I know one of them. I know one. Actually, I know all three. No,
I know one.
I know
one, and I don't like it.
I know 2 of them. They're good. No, I know 3. Yes, that one you don't like. I know that one. Yeah, I hear you. I remember. Yeah, we're teasing. We're teasing you guys. We know it all.
What are they?
What are they? Oh.
Fernando Drogos, the response from District 69. I mean, that's if it ain't broke, really don't fix it. Drogos has been.
This could be a troll too, man. We're getting just so trolled right now. You would never pick Tyra as your second, because you'll never get picked. You guys got to get better trolls. Better.
Come on.
Know the game before you troll us.
Hover Sky, bro.
Before you troll us, know the game. That's burn right there.
Shaolin selected. Healer still on the table. Maldamba going to be scooped on up before we head back over to D69. So now D69, they're not under pressure. They don't have to pick their healer just yet because I don't think Burrito will go for double healer.
Yeah, that Grok, that last pick.
They've lost every time they've picked double healer in this series.
Yeah, like if I was going to get trolled and like be surprised at a pick would be the last pick of like the draft, right?
Yeah.
Just in case anyone was like thinking about that.
Ying will be scooped up, Cassie. So they do scoop up the Ying. They don't want to even let Burrito threaten the double healer. Ruckus, though, locked in almost immediately as the picks head back on.
Will it be the Grok? Will they continue with the Grok? That's the question.
No.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Eevee!
Just because they can't give up Kinessa. Bugzy shredded them with Kinessa.
Very smart.
But it's like, at the same time, they already have Drogos, so who plays Kinessa?
Yeah.
Or who plays Drogos if you park Bugzy on Kinessa?
So what does D69 bring out here, Nick? They're looking, and there it is. There's the Kinessa.
I guess we'll find out the answer to that question.
Bugzy feels very confident here. And, you know, they know how to deal with these champions.
I think Shipa's Drogos is fine.
But into the Eevee, is this a little bit of that hard-headedness of D69 showing up?
Maybe.
You know, they've known to pick champions even when it's not, you know, you don't need to pick Buck here. Buck's countered, right? But they'll do it anyway sometimes. This could be just thinking that the Kinessa is worthy, but look at this PERDO on Kinessa. I can't wait to see this.
That's interesting.
D69 bringing out Kinessa with PERDO, gerrah on Ying, Shipa on Cassie, Bugzy on Drogos, and eLvenpath on to the Fernando.
Burrito will have Leminate once again on Shaolin, Laizy on Eevee for the first time today. Finally get to see the show. Bonkar will be on Ruckus, Thiel on Makoa, and Bird playing Maldamba. 3 Havens right off the bat. They want to respect the Kinessa. 1 cauterized there for the Ruckus, and Leminate taking the record.
eV trying to rock on with that skin as well. She's trying to make trouble in the back line. Will
There's
she
so many
find
good customizations for EV.
Who did? Oh, wow. She will find death right away. A headshot and a little bit of extra damage on top will make that eV go back to base. And so eLvenpath and the boys D69 already started off strong with PERDO on the Kinessa and Shipa on the Cassie as well. Hot disengages could come forward here. He's going to dodge roll, speaking of forward, and he might just dodge roll again. Doesn't want to let that Ruckus see you later. He turns around. He knows that he's gone, but the advance actually saves his life, and he actually gets the kill. That was nuts, man.
Laizy in the back line, trying to stay alive. Does get the soar immediately out of the ice block here. Just trying to play distraction, I think. Isn't really going for too many shots here. Runs out of cooldowns and runs out of health soon after, but 93% already for D69 on the capture point. Big fire spit damage coming through as well. Burrito just can't seem to keep their footing on this point. Bugzy is just having his way with them.
Yeah, and they're really, really susceptible right now to all of the AoE damage. You see up in the top, there's the igloo that we were talking about Bugzy going on, but bonkar gets the kill onto Bugzy. Shipa slays Laizy though, and so they don't have the damage that they want, but Bird is doing so much for his team, keeping bonkar alive, and with these stuns, he could really set up a lot of DPS, but there's 2 versus 1 there, but with a Maldamba healing that Ruckus, he could easily out DPS both of them. Bugzy slays Leminate, and the objective is captured for Burrito. GG.
And now the Dragon Punch just maybe to get away. Bugzy retreating will save on 30% of that charge, but great job from bonkar not letting eLvenpath get out of combat and heal up, just continuing to stay aggressive. Bird keeping him alive the entire time, and Laizy goes down again to PERDO. So Laizy really being shut down this game. Hasn't done anything.
Laizy not having a lot of success. I mean, Eevee in many ways is a counter to Kinessa in terms of the mobility, able to get to her. But when Eevee gets in trouble, poked out by maybe some other source of damage, Kinessa can really counter Eevee well because of that ice block. It could be almost a guaranteed kill when Eevee starts standing still and just is waiting for her to get out of that. And unfortunately, things have not gone Laizy's way for this Eevee right now. Shipa and Bugzy and PERDO have had much better time of it thus far on Frozen Gar. But Burrito, they're leading the game. Things have gone well overall, despite their stats.
Laizy in the backline. This is what we saw in that first engagement between Laizy and Kinessa. Is Bugzy went back to babysit PERDO and keep him safe, and I think that's the adjustment, right? Because that's just so much burst damage. Good Kinessa players will find that one scope shot onto Eevee, and then if Bugzy is there to clean him up like he just did, then it's enough. Every time and time again, they're finding the shutdown. Eevee is extremely squishy, and they're able to find the shots and convert the kill.
Very low-key Ancient Rage by Makoa as well. He actually, Thiel uses the ultimate and then dies there. And it's actually partly because Leminate died thanks to a great shot by PERDO. So he didn't have the damage to really back up or, I think, warrant that aggressive press that he tried to do with that ultimate. So they will have 45 seconds left. And I think for Makoa, for Burrito, they're going to want to build up their ultimates again, make sure that Ancient Rage is available for the next point fight if they can, maybe get a pick off, but this is looking very, very difficult for them going into this next push.
I straight up don't think Thiel's going to be able to get it charged in time. He's taking a lot of damage already from Bugzy holding down that corridor. Thrusts away to safety. Laizy just finding some pop shots around the corner, but Thiel backed all the way up, 25% on his ultimate with 18 seconds. No chance he gets that charged
that's
up.
tough. That's tough because now, I mean, using that then, I mean, it's different if you have 75% and you go into the next point fight. You probably will still have it. You have a chance to. 25%, it's tough. 36 now. We'll see if he can, how high he can get that going in. Can overtime get ticked away as well. That will buy him a lot of time, and it will get ticked. Repulsor field activated by the Ruckus, but Shipa already in the backline looking to finish him off. So he'll stop with about 40 going into this next point fight as long as overtime falls away like it should. Nice distance from the dodge roll. He's running that card, giving him some increased distance after that. And of course, incitement giving him the lifesteal as well. Bugzy is back and in style.
He's causing problems for Burrito right now on this Drogos. He's had it almost every game. And Kinessa, you know, it's weird that those are like his top 2 characters, right? Like the most pure hit scan character that there is and the most pure projectile character that there is. Bugzy just having a real time with his debut back into competitive Paladins here. He didn't make it to HRX due to visa issues, and doesn't look like he has missed a day of practice ever since.
No, in fact, it feels like he's fired up. It feels like he has something to prove, and I think D69 as a squad have something to prove right now. That's why this game could mean so much, Nick. They can actually take that victory and make a big statement. This new lineup isn't going to beat our old lineup, the lineup we should have had, the lineup we really are as D69, the #1 team we believe in Europe and in the world for Paladins, but they're going to prove it again today.
Oh
Burrito still not letting it happen. Nice shot in the air from Thiel, and there's a fire spit that might get some damage off.
Didn't do any damage. That was funny just to see a snowball hit bugzy in the face all the way up there. Laizy getting blasted right now. I don't know that he's gotten a kill. If we can, let me pull up the slash lines. I would love to see, you know, what Laizy is at right now. I feel like he's just been shut down. 2 and 8. Right now, struggling right now.
Bugzy could be struggling in just a second.
This is the young Kevin.
If this hook comes through, it does not, but Thiel and bonkar there. That was not the person you wanted to. Oh my God, what an impale. That was so clean by Leminate. He saved Thiel's life for a long time and gets the double kill as well. That was huge by Leminate.
Really good.
Leminate is rocking this game, and he's the kind of silent person we haven't mentioned in this round, but he is the reason that Burrito were able to cleanly win that up. He took down the healer, took down Cassie, and Burrito get a 2-1 advantage here on Frozen Guard.
A lot of planet damage coming through down that corridor as well. That will prevent District 69 from getting too aggressive too quickly on this zone. Just a lot of covering fire, but they're eating a lot of damage. I mean, return fire from Drogos is nothing to scoff at, but bonkar is just not afraid to go toe-to-toe right now. Leminate responsible for carrying most of that last team fight there, finding huge planets time and time again. There we go, finally a kill for Laizy. Here comes the Dragon Punch. Trying to pick up someone's gonna find Leminate, but immediately cleaned up after.
Dragon Punch to the booty. Bugzy takes down Leminate. Thiel actually takes down Bugzy in response. He went into a tight corridor there, and he wasn't able to get out alive, unfortunately. And so he's going to have to go back to base. But he stalled the push for now, and I think it's partly because he took down that main damage healer. That's why Makoa's ultimate last round was wasted. Leminate was there, but then he got taken down, and he just didn't have that presence to be as aggressive. So Leminate seeming to be the keystone for the squad. A Dread Serpent comes out now for Bird, and they want to finish off some of these tanks because now that means 11 seconds for Fernando to get back into this fight, and Burrito are on the move.
They're rolling. 1 minute remaining on the push overall. That's a good, I like the timing pop for that Dread Serpent as well, because there's plenty of time for Bird to get a charge back up. He's already back to 27%, unable to clean up the kill on a Kinessa. She transporters to safety. Heat Haze might be a good look here. Thiel falling lower and lower. Planet is available to bust through that Fernando shield, but they're just going to let it ride.
Unfortunately, this is where Kinessa is weakest as well. In these close points where she's got to either expose herself and get the threat of Shaolin, which is right there. bonkar and Thiel helping to add on to that. This will be a conversion for Burrito. It will be 3-1 for the Paladins Invitational Championships champion winners, and they will take a commanding lead, both mentally and in reality here on Frozen Guard.
I mean, a lot spent from both teams, but so I guess it's all okay in the end. But that Immortal really didn't immune a whole lot there. They didn't get any kills off of the back of it, so definitely in command of the credit lead right now is Burrito. You can see Haven 3s online for Bird and for Thiel. bonkar has that cauterized 3, shutting down a lot of what gerrah is going to be looking to do. PERDO heading into the life rip, just rounding out, but they are far behind in credits right now.
And they need to do something big here. It's not even about the credits. They've lost all of these point captures, but it's really just about the fact that this game could be over. They could be tied going into a game 5, and I know they want to avoid that, but it's all up to Bugzy and the squad to pay better attention to Leminate and finish him off a little bit earlier. A nice flank. Great shots. What a disengage. Oh my God. Shipa. Highlight reel.
Jeez.
That was nuts. In the back. Reactionary disengage after the dodge roll shot. He's going to get another one. He's feeling himself now. Nobody's going to stop Shipa here. Blast shot going to reduce some of the healing Bird gets, and he knows he's just in a corner. Slither's available, but you know, that corridor, it's only going to hide you for a moment, and that's all he needs.
So they sent bonkar on the ruckus back to deal with the Kinessa because Laizy just wasn't getting it done. They swap Laizy's target onto Shipa and still gets taken out. I feel like
that was such an
Kevin might be
outplay,
getting
though.
a little bit tilted right now.
I mean, that was such an outplay, though. I mean, it's not that Laizy did anything wrong. Cassie usually shouldn't be able to hit flying Eevee coming in soar at her, wiggling around right in her face from point blank. But at this point, it seems like that may be the case. And you see there the game paused by Thiel. It might have just been actually that Laizy was jumping around. It seemed like actually, you know, very interestingly, that even though Laizy was jumping around, Shipa didn't shoot at him. So maybe there was communication, or maybe there's just an understanding that this isn't really Laizy. Maybe he's having some connection issues, want to get back. That could be part of the reason why Shipa's out playing so hard.
That's a good excuse there. But right now, I mean, it feels like they're up 3-1, Burrito are. Well, 3-2 now that District 69 have just captured the point, but they just, whatever it is, connection lag, Laizy needs to be able to find more in these team fights. Leminate, you know, shouldered a lot of that burden in the second round. Bird and bonkar shouldering most of it in the first in terms of just getting it done. Right now, they just need more shutting up. But PERDO's been fairly quiet, so though Laizy's not getting the kills, the distraction is often, it's not a tracked stat on the scoreboard that Eevee brings a lot of to the table.
And, you know, we're talking about Eevee, but really picking up these pieces, it's been Leminate. He's been the guy that's just been there when they need him. He's kind of like, you know, your friendly neighbor, right? And call Leminate, he shows up right when you need the guy. And that's been, I think, the turning factor. It's great to see these new additions to these rosters really showing that they deserve to be here. You know, having Burrito have these moments where I could have lost, we would have lost if we had not picked up this guy. I think it's really good kudos to Leminate showing up really big in his first open qualifiers.
He's doing very well. I mean, he hasn't really been shut down in any of the game. Granted, he plays Shaolin. Most of the time he played Cassie, I think once, maybe twice, but Shaolin's so strong right now. If Leminate is here and healthy, he's going to have a good game on the guy. We're getting right back into the action. Bugzy has the Dragon Punch online. 2 minutes remain on the payload. Push Burrito lead, District 69 in game number 4, 3-2 on Glacier Keep.
But it does seem that for now, it is all up to D69 to really make sure that they can change the momentum, change the pace, and change potentially their fate. They've stalled the game for now, but can they actually turn this into a potential victory? This is a nice spot.
Nice
great wormhole, and she waited too long. Laizy. I mean, that just seemed weird.
That's a cute spot, but it looks like Bugzy knows about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would have worked against you or I.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have been like, where did he go? Where is he? But Bugzy just got the read on him, read the option perfectly. You know, Eevee is a very pattern-based character. So Bugzy playing against him so much, maybe just kind of starting to figure out his rhythm. Now that Bird's not going to be on Eevee a whole lot, I think Bird's going to be on supports 99% of the time. Dragon Punch, though, does miss.
Oh, no.
That's awkward.
What a cool spot for him to do the Dragon Punch as well. He kind of floats off into the abyss, goes out into the angle, and everyone's like, kind of, where's Bugzy? And then the Dragon Punch comes, but he's just too far, misses some of the angles. Leminate with a double kill to clean things up. And those PERDO is doing great work on the Kinessa. He and his team are forced back thanks to losing their captain and unfortunately not getting anything off of that huge one-hit KO, the Dragon Punch.
30 seconds remaining here on this payload push. Everything except Dragon Punch available for District 69. Every ultimate available for Burrito. They're likely to hold on to as many of these as he can, but Leminate bites the dust early on in this fight. Bird retreating back to bonkar, going to throw out a stun, narrowly able to save his off-tank's life, and it may not even be the case. The Wrecker shredding through. bonkar goes down. Bird's in a bad spot right now, and this looks like it could be conversion.
And Bird just staying so long, just surviving so long. Such a fantastic performance by him. There it is, the fire spit. Laizy might be tilted, but I know that Bugzy is not. He's doing a great job. Actually guesses wrong on Shaolin, but it doesn't matter. Leminate feels the brunt of the Dragon's Fury, and actually will take a rocket 2 to face. Shaolin will go down. It looks like Maldamba is 1 to fall as well, and this could be 3-3. This could be a successful defense, and will Laizy get bursted? Yes. No. Yes. He will.
Yes, no, yes, nios.
Well, he kept blinking. I mean,
he did. So, all tied up 3-3 here. District 69 have the chance to close out this series. They are leading 2 games to 1 against Burrito. It's best of 5. So
this could be it.
This could be it. This could be the first set District 69 takes off of Burrito in a long, long time. That would be great for morale, and, you know, it would leave Burrito, I don't think, questioning their lineup too much, but it always it stings a little bit to come off a win against these guys. And give it right back to him. But bugzy showing up in basically every game today has been the main factor. The guy has not missed a beat. Hasn't, you know, he's been practicing with his team, staying strong right now. Drogos is far from dead, it would appear.
And far from dead as well. And he has gotten rockets to the back line. That's exactly where he needs to be, and bonkar is in a bad spot. Drogos can easily see him, not only with a fire spit, but with some long-range damage as well. He gets into a great position. I love bugzy's play right now. He has not been focused down by Shaolin because there hasn't been an angle yet. Now there might be. Here's Heat Haze, and you know that Shaolin's trying to finish him off. There's Thiel. Could he finally slay bugzy? And bonkar will clean it up with the damage from Ruckus's miniguns. Burrito, 60% on the point and counting, and they have won this point fight convincingly.
That's just ballsy moves from Thiel right there to be able to pop Ancient Rage into the face of a Dragon Punch right there. Now all Burrito need is a strong zone. There comes the Dread Serpent, and that's going to provide the window that they need. Burrito, hold on Frozen Guard. We're going to a game 5.
You hear the EV troublemaker?
That drum feels pretty tight.
It's like a drum solo, yeah.
So, he gets it done.
Yeah,
Laizy.
he gets it done.
Lag or not, maybe. Who knows? Yes, no,
Tilt
maybe.
or not.
Tilted or not. They're hanging on. Burrito, take it to game number 5. It felt like Burrito were losing that game the whole time. It's weird. It's weird. After casting it, it feels like Burrito were losing that game the whole time, but they come out with the win. The conversion is pretty much the story of that big Dread Serpent onto eLvenpath and an Immortal that didn't really land the mark. So key, every single ultimate on the board. Gonna have to find its mark in this type of set, or you're really gonna be punished for it.
And guess who was the most punishing? I mean, I figure that there were more damage coming out from Shipa. He played excellently, but Leminate, he was the guy with 86,000 damage. I mean, far and beyond what Laizy could produce in that game. Actually, almost exactly double.
Thiel beat Laizy.
He's
got to be lagging or something, dude.
And there was just an incredible amount of, I think, carry by Leminate in this game. 26 highest eliminations. He was a guy who I think stepped up a lot, not only with just, you know, damage, but I think he had some clutch impales. You know, he bought a lot of time, you know, when Gerrah and a couple members, I just remember trying to finish off the Makoa, and he gets impaled, he goes down, and Leminate comes through. Even though Thiel dies, he picks up Gerrah, he picks up Shipa, changes that point fight, wins that objective.
Yeah, Burrito, that's just crazy that they were able to get it done with Laizy being 14 and 15, 43K, got beat in damage by, you know, everyone except Birds,
Everybody except your mama.
Basically. I mean, eLvenpath even beat him out there on Fernando. Gerrah even beat him out there on Ying. Just crazy, crazy stuff there. PERDO and Shipa, I think, were the silent assassins there for District 69. Almost 90. That's just Cassie.
We don't get a lot of times to actually say this about Laizy, so I think we're just going in on
weird.
It today. Yeah, we're just, you know.
It's weird.
It's our moment. It's our moment to say, Laizy, you know, you had a bad game. You sucked. You sucked that game. It's our moment. I'm just kidding. We love you, man. But you know what? Wasn't your best game. Obviously, you got one more to go. So let's see if you can turn things around. I know that you're the champion. Your whole team is. Will you be able to settle it all on Fish Market?
Yep. And another, I mean, Shipa's casting 90K quietly. I feel like that always happens to you and I. We're just casting, and then we're like, oh my God, Drogos, and then Cassie just doubles his damage, and we're just like, oh, all right,
Drogos.
That happened.
Yeah. Cassie, the silent but deadly hunter's daughter.
So this is cool with Stonekeep in the map draft now, that not every map has to be played in these best of fives with 2 bans.
Yeah, really cool. Timbermill does not have to be seen here, even though it wasn't banned. And Fish Market, though, I think it opens up some of the things. The ice maps will be seen more. You know, we see this trend of like, okay, now that they've, you know, they like Jaguar Falls, they like Serpent Beach, they like Frog Isle, and then maybe they'll play a Frozen Guard, right? And now it's like, okay, we'll do the 2, but now we're comfortable with Ice Mines, we're comfortable with Frozen Guard, and now maybe we'll do a Fish Market. Like, usually, I think now with these maps coming in, you will see just the more maps that players have practiced on for a longer time be where they default to.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a ton of new maps coming into the fold as well. We've got 5 in the test queue right now that are being replaced by 5 new ones in OB43. So a lot's going to come into the fold. It'll be weird if Ice Mines, you know, it's been announced that it is being redone a little bit. It's in the test queue right now, but when that becomes like the favorite map just because people are comfortable on it will be crazy.
I know. It's going to be exciting. Let's head into the champion draft and see what will take place for the final game. It's a best of 5 for your finals in Europe of the Paladins Open Qualifiers. You better be excited for watching this. We are. It's Makoa getting on the first pick. And again,
Production's dabbing right now.
It's just, you know, we got dabs in the house. It's always Makoa, they're saying.
Production's back there. They're casting their picks and bans. Oh, I think it's going to be a first pick Makoa. And then it is, and they're just like,
I knew it.
I should cast this.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Oh, I love our guys, man. We
Yeah,
got a fun team here. Burrito answer back with the Fernando and the Drogos this time. So getting bugzy away from that. Now, what will he play if they... I mean, Kinessa is fine on this map. Definitely okay.
Yeah.
How can Burrito draft around that? Because they got punished hard by Kinessa on Frog Isle.
Well, Laizy, I think, feels very comfortable in that Drogos. I think it's already a good start. You know, the only place Laizy can go is up. So if you give him somebody he's been playing very well on today, that could be a good start for him. Maldamba, though, will not be on Bird's hands, but he's shown that he could do well with Ying. I would not be surprised if they select her here and not a little worried that maybe the double tank, maybe the double healer could come out from District 69.
Cassie gets taken away, so Leminate probably going to be on that one, given that Shaolin is over there for D69. Do they lock in the healer, though? This is where
tricky,
District 69 picked their healer last time. Burrito elect not to. They go for the tank. They say, we dare you to pick
another healer.
Dare you to pick up the Ying. I just don't think they're going to do it. That's where Bird's draft mine, I think, is a little bit better than D69's.
Yeah, because they kind of get that for free. Because if they're scared, then, you know, obviously, you know, they are able to save themselves an extra free pick rather than kind of taking something that they just get a little worried about. Oh, they might take it from us. Now they have the free reign to just pick up the Ying, and they've got the Ruckus for free, and they made sure D69 either go for more damage or go for that, you know, extra tank that Ruckus could have been, which maybe they would have liked to supplement on this map. Ruckus is not bad on this map at all. He's got a lot. There's a lot of long lines of sights. Very good at kind of ranging people out and using that distance to get them off their mounts and really create problems for actually one of the longer maps.
That's a big thing you just pointed out. Dismounting people. Lot of room to zone. That's a huge thing you just pointed out there. I think could be very clutch. You know, if anyone wins a fight, that's going to be big coming back. D69 will have PERDO on Buck eLvenpath for what is the final time today on Makoa, gerrah on Maldamba, Shipa on Shaolin, and bugzy on Eevee.
And Leminate for the side of Burrito will be on Cassie, bonkar on the Ruckus, Laizy on Drogos, Thiel on Fernando, and Bird on Ying. Ready to head out into battle. Items coming through. eLvenpath with a master riding. Wants to get there to the point as fast as possible. And PERDO on the Buck, looking to flank into the back line and give the enemy team of Burrito as much trouble as possible. Can D69 reclaim a title that was never theirs, unless you're talking about the summer of earlier this year, and claim to be one of the best teams, the best team in the world in Europe? But Thiel will end that quickly and put bugzy back to base to retry that attempt.
27% for Burrito, but Shipa and PERDO finding pickups, moving around. Thiel looks like he just wants to get as much time on the point as he can, charging away. Wasted gourd right there. Long range stun right now. Somebody's fallen low in the backline. Can they convert? PERDO able to leap to safety, and it's eLvenpath who ends up picking up the kill.
That's actually a huge mid-air heal onto Buck as he's jumping away. Just that hitbox is sometimes a little bit awkward on Buck, so very good job by gerrah to keep him and his teammates alive. Still zoning from the back line, throwing those gourds down offensively rather than under his foot, and to get the healing, he's fine. Mending Spirit's doing the job out there, so he just doesn't need it. He can use it to zone, but up, down goes Thiel, looking to find the answer for his team and just create some space. Laizy getting focused a little bit by bugzy, who's now finding his way back, and the fire spits will be coming through. Great hook, and oh god, Laizy didn't mean to go far that back, but guess what? His own fire spit was the problem. What a crazy play. 263 health. eLven, just heal. Wait up, buddy. You got a little bit of time, and he's going to do exactly that. Bugzy gets Leminate down, and Shipa is potentially going on a rampage here.
Rolling in with the heat haze. Doesn't have planted for another 4 seconds, but might not even need it. 210 tanks with the Ying support there. It's a lot of damage to pull through, and there's the Maldamba Dread Serpent to make it that much easier
Gerrah's still
for
alive?
District 69.
Oh no, Gerrah died. I couldn't believe it. I was saying, how is Gerrah even alive at this point? The Fire Spits could secure this. He's got to be careful. Nice impale, and the damage from PERDO will clean things up. It's a 1v1. Laizy, first PERDO, triple kill for Buck. Can he make overtime go away? Will he activate the ultimate to give him double damage and reset the cooldowns? He's going to jump perfectly out of the Hex of Fire, but this could be everything Burrito needs to make sure the overtime ticks through. But now that that's gone, it's eLvenpath, and he's got the hook.
Ancient Rage at 95%. Immortal comes out. This could be huge. They need this Ancient Rage. Here's the Dragon Punch as well, so he can't pop it just yet. Laizy finds the Dragon Punch there, but it is Burrito in the end. Look at that kill feed. Red and blue both ways. Burrito somehow comes out on top of that cluster.
Bugzy just stands there for a second and just takes that in.
Bugzy was probably, did we get it? Did they get it?
I know, he's like, wait, what happened there? Did you guys? Okay, good job,
God.
guys. Good job, good job. I'm not mad anymore, you know. And now he and his team are ready to aggress. D69 have the first advantage, actually. Burrito had the advantage, and that's when he was so confused. Burrito had the advantage, and he was looking, maybe saying, hey, can we push this? No, we didn't. Unfortunately, that is confusing.
Guys, why is the payload moving?
Exactly, what's going on here? Paladins, fix your game. Hi-Rez, and Bugzy now finds the hard way that he is. That sounds like Bugzy. He now finishes his play, unfortunately, down 1-0. Minute 40 seconds on the clock. Doing a very good job so far on defending.
1 minute 30 seconds remaining now. Leminate very healthy right now. PERDO looking to get in on him though. That's a lot of burst damage. Thiel ends up off the map from something. I guess he probably got hooked off the map there from eLvenpath. That would be my assumption there. Minute 20 remaining. Ancient Rage still on the table. That Dragon Punch was so clutch, though. I think that's really... Oh, nice try. Really what kind of punched it through there for Burrito.
So to speak, yes. The punch coming through. There is the repulse man fight. And unfortunately, Shaolin does not get the better of that one. Bonkar actually takes down Laizy. PERDO is playing like a god on this Buck, though. He is having a fantastic time going against some of these back-end targets that are just doing damage. And however, he and his teammates are not having as best a time together as a unit, as they have not been able to stall this push by Burrito. They're down 1-0, and if this becomes a 2-0, this is going to be a devastating deficit for them to try to come back on.
93% on Buckwild. Recovery is going to heal him up. Jumps over the Ice Storm. Buckwild now online. Might have to pop it to stay alive there, but going to just wait out that recovery. He's going to actually jump away. He's getting in a bit of a rough spot as Thiel is now on his case. Yeah, but Thiel's not going to be able to stay with him for long. He's got the jump as well. Now he might try to go on to Thiel. Wants to save his ultimate for the right time, and he knows that it will cause a ton of attention towards him. And here's Thiel keeping the pressure up. If he drops below 100, Thiel will get that kill with just one bit of damage. But now he's back up to 1780 thanks to the healing from his teammate, and it's just a duel right here. And that dodge roll was unfortunate. Leminate misses the reset from Incitement, but it doesn't matter. Do they realize that this is about to get pushed in? They need to do something, and eLvenpath activates the Ancient Rage. PERDO activates the Buckwild, and this could be D69's hold. PERDO narrowly able to keep things alive. 90 HP, barely hanging on right now. Is District 69 starting to stabilize, though? This is a big kill if it converts for PERDO. Overtime will tick out if Burrito take one step off the payload, and there it is. Thiel falls down. The defense will hold. That was such a good, patient team fight from PERDO. It's a long shot that anyone's going to recognize this, but it reminds me of Cyclone Spin's pentakill in the SPL. It was just watching, waiting in the wings for the perfect time to strike. Pops the Buckwild to shut down the Hex of Fire. He was waiting, holding on to that for so long. I thought he was just out of the fight. I thought he was just giving it up, but just the absolute perfect team fight there from PERDO to help swing the momentum back in favor of D69.
We got to give a shout out to eLvenpath too, who used the great Ancient Rage to kind of bait them out by time. It did seem like they had numbers advantage. There was Ruckus on the point. There was, I believe, Fernando, maybe Bird was on the point as well. There was a lot of action happening there with a lot of clones around, and it seemed like maybe it was all done for D69, but Burrito fall to that defense, and it is 1-1 now. The Cassie reveal showing exactly where everyone is on the side. side of T69. And PERDO looking to continue his ways. He's played phenomenally with this buck. Can he jump in and get some damage onto the Fernando? That front line doing a lot of work, creating the front line like he's supposed to, but will he fall? They need the healer Ying to help clean him up. eLvenpath, though, will be the cleanup crew here on Fish Market, and now he's going after Leminate. He gets caught up in a little bit of trouble. Laizy sees him as well, and PERDO ends up getting the better end of that trade.
Bonkar locked down in the back line with the Ice Storm. Right now, Bird actually wins the trade there onto Shipa. Bird actually pulled a double kill in the previous round there. Bird's Ying just absolutely masterful, able to dimensional link himself out of harm's way. Thiel is on gerrah's case right now. Gonna try and land that stun. It will be good. I have to see if it's going to be enough to deter Thiel, and it is.
I love that support play. I mean, he doesn't look for the damage, doesn't try to out DPS the Fernando. He just accepts it and says, you know what, I'm just going to stun you to buy time so I can heal and get to a place where I'm not ready to die if you aggress on me one more time. Then heals the buck, says, you know what, you go and finish this fight for me, big boy. Laizy up in the air. He's so low, but now he's healed up enough. Great slither. It's going to mute him. Oh, Laizy misses it, and actually it allows Laizy to race the Dragon Punch, but he still stays alive.
It's actually better that he missed that there. That kill was literally confirmed, right? Because he died, you know, was a frame off from the Dragon Punch connecting, but gerrah still died. Laizy, in that case, retains, you know, 30–40% of that ultimate charge because it didn't connect, you know?
Yeah, that is huge.
Calculated, boys.
Yeah, very calculated. Exactly. And so it does force a lot of pandemonium. It does get a lot of people off the point. T69 finding themselves again behind Burrito on Fish Market, and nothing has changed thus far. This Ruckus is paying a lot of dividends for them. Seems to be one of the harder champions to take down. If you look at the KDA as well, I'm sure he's been alive for a long time in these fights, and despite that, you know, still having a lot of deaths. So his presence is being felt, despite, you know, being actually one of the most dying champions here on this round.
This is a tough corner to break right now, Burrito.
All of Burrito have bad lines.
To fall. But that's what I'm saying. It feels like they're losing the game the whole time.
They all are. They really are.
They're just losing until they win, I guess.
Can we bring that up one more time just to see exactly, you know, every single member of Burrito, except Bird, is negative by a mile. By a mile. Every single person on District 69 is positive or even. This is an unreal game. This is why it's just so odd to see this, but also lets you know exactly what Paladins is about. It's an objective-based shooter. If you win the objective...
Hi-Rez got his way in the end.
He really did, Hi-Rez. You did it. And it is an objective-based shooter. If you don't stand on the point, you do not win game.
That is so true. I mean, Burrito, they've won the late game double frontline, double support. They just find a way to get it done in these situations, and they're being picked apart right now, but at the end of the day, they still got their point in this round, so they can't be too upset.
40%, 40 seconds on the clock. This defense is holding strong. It's 2-1 in this round, but it's also 2-2 in this overall best-of-5 set. This next game determines who will win the championship, who will go home with 100 points, and who will go home with 60. I love the pressure. I like that Thiel went there, but I know that now he is very, very in danger of getting hooked off the map, but it's actually not close enough. He went for the aggressive hook, wanted to get it quickly, but he just doesn't end up converting on that. But let's give a shout out to Bird here as well. I mean, he's the only one who's positive, Nick. He's been making some serious plays and some serious healing that's keeping his team alive.
T69 are low right now. If they can get in here, Burrito can find the way to capitalize on these kills. They don't really have the flank pressure to do so, unfortunately, but we are going to be in overtime. Burrito, Leminate is returning. They will be 5 strong for this push, potentially able to convert this. Heat Haze is available for Shipa. He doesn't want to pop it here, but he will go down. He will not go down.
Yeah, Shipa will slay Laizy in that backline.
He does the charge.
Will go ahead and get the kill. Bird will do this as well. eLvenpath is in trouble, but there's the Ancient Rage, but it's into a Hexafire, and the Immortal is still alive for Thiel. So even if they think they can finish this off, they're going to not have the opportunity to do so immediately. Even if the Buck Wild comes out here, they will not be able to immune the damage that is coming out to them, whereas Burrito will, and that is the 3-1 lead.
They're losing until they win.
Unbelievable.
That's the slogan right now. I mean, that was... Okay, so I want to point to Thiel right now. Master Riding 2 on this Fernando. They're getting... Burrito are getting picked apart at almost their spawn, right around where the payload corner is. They're getting picked apart. They're not winning their team fights. It's not going their way. Thiel just says, all right, I'm going to the payload. And he just blows by everyone. You know, and eLvenpath not hooking him off the map there was pretty huge, right? Because that forces all of District 69 to give up their favorable position and give up the place, the spot they were comfortably winning these fights. Go to Thiel and try and find an answer to this. Creates a ton of space. A third of the map is now opened up for Burrito to now move up. They win one fight, and they get the payload push from there on out. That play from Thiel gave Burrito all of the momentum that they needed to convert in that round.
And look, a great fireball to start things off as well. Thiel and this Ruckus are so dangerous together. They're clumping at the right spot, and the pressure being applied between Thiel and bonkar is enough to take down eLvenpath. Before him and his team having a fight, eHaze is used defensively here. And that is showing you the dire straits that Burrito have placed D69 in. However, Shipa gets a kill on a bonkar, and this could be the turning point, and it better be if D69 want a chance in this game.
That's a big ultimate, though, down from gerrah. Used the Dread Serpent there, zoned out Thiel, was able to find one kill off the back of it, but Bird is still finding kills on Ying. Ying damages, you can't sleep on it right now. Poking Shipa out as well to about half HP. Dragon Punch is online for Laizy. Should he elect to use it? 60 to 27 is the slash line on the point right now.
This could be the moment. Laizy searches for the Dragon Punch. He and his teammates have several ultimates alive. The Ying ultimate and the Dragon Punch, the one that could do it all, could change this entire game. Can they kill Shipa? And they can't. That is a big problem here. He's still alive. And bugzy and gerrah actually get the kill, but Bird does slay bugzy again. Bird, the healer, coming in with some huge plays, but it's 93%, 97% now. It is all up to this moment. Will Fernando fall? He will, and there goes bonkar as well. It looks like Bird is the only one left standing, except there's Leminate in the back line, and there's a huge Dragon Punch coming in, and it's gonna actually slay eLvenpath.
Oh my God, PERDO lives as well. Overtime is ticking through right now. 3 kills for 1 for District 69, and they take their first payload of the game there.
Wow.
PERDO just narrowly able to stay alive, but bugzy, I think, was the big determining factor there. Picks up 3 kills in the back line before finally going down, and that's just the pressure you need from your EV player. District 69 climbed all the way back from 30-something% to 97% there, so shout-outs to the captain of D69 for coming through when it mattered most.
He just got out of the ice block, right? He shouldn't have got out of that ice block.
If Burrito win, then they win the set.
Yeah,
so.
He shouldn't have gotten out of that. There were 3 members of Burrito on there. If not, one of you should have been able to do it, but 2 for sure. 3, come on, man. And they don't actually pick it up. But right now, Burrito is in a really bad spot. He is going to go down, guaranteed. Bird gets the kill onto him. Laizy picks up a double, and gerrah's going to fall back here.
And that was another big factor there. PERDO escaped from that little 1v1 on the side with Leminate with, like, no HP. Comes back into the fight with Buckwild, cleans up 3 kills, and takes it there. Laizy shuts down Shipa. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here. Immortal, Hexafire, and Scout all available for Burrito. Ancient Rage and Dread Serpent online for District 69 to try and get something going here.
1 minute and 12 seconds is all they have. D69 need to push this in. They will not lose if they cannot push this in and convert it, but they will tie things up if they're able to get it to 3-3. And of course, this is going another round no matter what. It's just going to make their life so much easier with a chance at winning this game soon. And that's what they want to do. They know that they have they have what it takes to beat Burrito, but can they just put it together without things going wrong?
Narrowly staying alive was bonkar. They're Laizy, finds PERDO. Bonkar is taking a lot of damage right now. Finally goes down. Shipa doesn't have the angle on anyone just yet. Pops around the corner. A nice hook from eLvenpath.
Great hook.
Will take Thiel down.
Oh, didn't see Drugos coming in from the back line. Actually, Laizy picks up a double, and gerrah finds Laizy at the end of that. He's going to jump in. Oh, boy, that jump was so beautifully timed. Over the wall. Could have gotten the damage on the Leminate, but actually Leminate will dodge roll back into the Maldamba gourd, stay healed, excuse me, into the Maldamba gourd, get a little bit of damage, but not enough to kill him, and just stave off the Cassie for now. So they built up pressure, Nick. 8 seconds left. Overtime could be ticking away. They've got to make a move, and they got to make it now.
Hexafire online. All the ultimates for both teams are now available as we head into overtime here. District 69, very tough decision here whether or not they want to spend here, because they will be in danger of losing if they don't convert here. Burrito cannot win in this round. It's going to come down to how these ultimates land. Bonkar finds 2 kills in this engagement. Shipa able to answer back with 1.
This is huge. Is bugzy going to win this? Bugzy slays Laizy in the air. eLvenpath doesn't think they're going to get it. He says give it up. He says give it up. He's not even running back to fight this one, and so they know overtime could not win. Bugzy trying to get a little bit of a charge onto that, and he actually gets the win in the duel versus Laizy, so that's just good for his head.
I think that's wise. That's wise here from District 69 to give it up without spending any ultimates for it, because, you know, convert or not, they're going into this next round.
Long road, though, now.
Yeah, if they got to play it slow and steady, though. You know, they have what it takes to come back. If they spend all their ultimates here, they're going into a 3-3 scenario, you know, giving Burrito a heavy advantage in terms of ultimate. They just can't risk doing that. They'd rather go for the even footing and just take the long road back. Slow and steady wins the race. They've got the turtle on their team. They can do it.
And again, now gerrah seeming to be the only one in a negative actual KDA for D69, whereas Burrito, we saw a lot of them earlier on in this match, actually had negative KDAs all around the board. Finally, Laizy has kind of closed that off, and Bird still 11-6. Huge play from Bird in this game.
This game has been insane. Every ultimate still online, nothing used except the scout yet, just to get that valuable information on flanks or things, with Bonkar eating a lot of punishment from that. PERDO is looking to close this kill out, and he does.
PERDO doing so well to actually stay alive in that fight. Yeah, that's huge because of the fact that PERDO actually used the recovery and used his ultimate. He's getting double healing as well, because lifesteal is going to apply onto the damage done, and Buck doubling the damage of his shots. Man, that's going to mean double lifesteal. He could stay alive and outbox that Ruckus, which is exactly what happened. Dread Serpent, great zoning tool. Doesn't get a lot for it though, Nick. Maybe not the best time to use it.
Ooh, he gets stunned into the wall. Laizy right now finds the shot on a sheep, but that's so huge. PERDO has been zoned out this whole time. Ancient, or Dragon Punch still on the board. Ancient Rage as well. Leminate finds gerrah. Ancient Rage has to come out right now, as Laizy is dead. This is perfectly fine time to do it. Ice Storm and Hexafire all coming out, and 10,000 HP isn't enough to get it done. Leminate is free firing into District 69.
I knew it. The way Leminate was playing, he's on an 11 streak. It's like Bugsy's not getting out of this one. 96%. This could be it. It is D69 trying to stake a claim for the championship bout, but they unfortunately have no claim to stake at this moment. That's an eLvenpath down, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Buck into the air and down again. Leminate on a 14 streak. The sub, who not even a sub anymore, now the new player introduced onto Burrito GG, will be one to carry them, as well as Bird's incredible gang performance, to a victory in the first week of the Paladins Open qualifiers. GG's to everybody involved, and congratulations to Burrito for taking the win.
I could watch that set. I could watch those two teams play all day.
All day.
They are... I don't even know where to point to in that last team fight, to be honest. I don't know what won it. You know, PERDO got zoned out a little bit, but at the same time, Leminate chased him out. There were a lot of things that could have gone right or wrong in every fight for these two teams. It's very difficult to call what, or pin down what exactly swung it in Burrito's favor.
You know, it's kind of like a new deployable nightmare, where instead of Barrack having his deployables, it's just Yang with her clones, and then Ruckus is just like a turret. Just like a Barrack turret. But because he's stationary, except he hits way harder.
Holy damage.
It's just so impossible for them to actually deal with killing the Ruckus, killing the clones, dealing with Laizy, dealing with Thiel, and then Bird's getting kills on top of it. Bird is 40-6. Dude.
I don't know, man.
I mean...
163k healing, too.
He had an incredible... one of the best Yin games I think I've ever seen from somebody in the professional Paladin scene, and he was the reason, in my opinion. 4,500 credits. He was the reason. 225 objective time. I mean, this is a flawless game. He was the reason that they won.
Yeah,
100%. If he even has
He's fragging out, man.
If he even has an average
Bird
game,
is fragging.
They don't win. Average game, they don't win. If he's just like the rest of his team, and 4-9, they don't win.
Oh my goodness. You know, yeah. If he goes 19-12 like gerrah did, they lose.
Yeah,
they lose that. I mean, Maldamba pumps out a lot of healing, but God, he just got that's it, man. Bird just carrying Burrito, I think, in that game. Beat Maldamba in healing, beat him in damage, got more eliminations, less deaths. He's just ever present. That's Ying is, you know, one of the higher skill ceilings. It's so hard to master Dimensional Link. That's Ying's movement ability.
Yeah.
But once you get it down, she can be so elusive. And it's not tracked, but it's one of those non-paper stats where just trying to track her down and figure out where she went. Meanwhile, the rest of Burrito is just lighting you up. Is just so invaluable to be able to do that.
You know, Leminate top damage, right? He's a new player for their team. Comes in, top damage for the team. I mean, that's an incredible performance by that guy, making a big difference for a squad, you know, and shouts out to D69 as well, having bugzy back, clearly showing that, you know, this is as ever a tight contest as it has been and will be even tighter moving forward in the future.
That's a damn good game from bugzy on Eevee as well. 129,000 damage. A lot of times you see Eevees not really do a ton of damage or not really keep up with some of the harder hitting champions just because a lot of their value comes in that distraction in the backline where whether or not they're hitting shots, as long as they're taking fire off of the frontliners and the supports, that they're doing their job. But bugzy just doing both in this scenario.
Shipa Shaolin as well. I mean, 150k damage. That is pretty nuts. You know, but again, it was Burrito, and sometimes we say the question, where do you separate these teams? How do you say who won that? Today, Bird gets my MVP.
Yeah.
So close for everybody, though. Let's take a look at the point standings for EU. Burrito gets 100. D69 gets 60 for coming in second. Skitlight gets 40. Interlopers gets 25. Cyclone, Hydra, Zachlad, Carney, and E2N will all get 10 points apiece.
So we will be having 4 weeks of these open bracket qualifiers, and the top 4 teams after those 4 weeks will qualify into the Masters qualifiers with a chance to go to that coveted spring LAN with $75,000 on the line, I believe.
Quite a lot of money. They'll get to hang out here in Atlanta, Georgia with us. A lot of them didn't even know where it was, but it is here. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, Alpharetta, so to speak, and you will be able to be a part of Hi-Rez Studios and have some great action here happening at the at one of soon to be, I think, very memorable LAN for all of us here, starting off this year for 2017 with some great Paladins esports. And it's been a fantastic year thus far, Nick. It's just getting underway. I mean, best of 5 set for the finals of EU. The only thing that could be better is if we got to do this again tomorrow.
We'll get to do it again next week. I'm interested to see, looking forward at NA, a lot of big roster swaps over there. Match Point was the clear favorite in North America as we look towards tomorrow. We'll be having the same thing, same time, same place for the North American open bracket qualifiers. Match Point have, at least in the community tournaments, been taking a back seat now to Eager, because they did lose Stolzy to the Eager roster, but Eager lost Z1 Unknown. So yeah, all things told, there's still a lot of talent kind of swirling around in the pool for North America. A lot of dust yet to be settled, and a lot of score yet to be seen. And,
you know, they also have the, you know, I think favoritism and playing differently in EU versus NA. That meta is completely different. So even though you're seeing Paladins esports today and you'll see it tomorrow, you might see a lot of different champions picked up. You might see a lot of different champions favored. And of course, when you get down to the finals, a lot of different champions, I think, kind of determining how things work. But I'm excited to see Stolzy on his new team. I'm excited to see Matchpoint and Eager and all of the new NA squads that have come together and put together some rosters to really challenge the top dogs there.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today for the European Open bracket qualifiers. My name has been Hi-Rez Pretty Hair. My man's Rain Day here. We will be back same time, same place tomorrow to bring you the North American action.
And as always, guys, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and we'll see you in the realm. Or not.
Or behind the bracket graphic.